Mighty, and today we're going to be going on an adventure.
Are
I changed up
we?
the intro, guys. I changed up the intro.
Whoa.
Because it's Adventures of Small and Mighty, so I thought I'd say adventure.
That's why. Oh,
Yeah.
now it does make sense.
How are we all doing, everyone?
Good.
Good.
I feel like I
Very,
say this
very
every time, but there's a bit of a weird energy going on.
Yeah. I'm gonna kiss your potion vase thing. Like that.
Look, this
I don't
potion
know.
vase.
That like
This one here.
ornament
Oh.
thing.
Okay, I see it.
This thing I bought randomly at charity shop says snail
Oh.
slime.
Nail
Oh.
slime.
We weren't seeing that one.
Solely for the purpose of putting it in my background and seeing if people thought it was weird.
Well, bring it more. Well, anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah.
This is not the background decoration show. No, this is...
Oh, sorry, I've come to the wrong place. What is it?
Okay.
So,
Cool.
D&D. We're going to play today, as always, about 2 or 3 hours. We're a short break about an hour in, but as always, this is D&D, this is improv. Who the hell knows what's going to happen?
Mhm.
So we'll see if we can achieve that, but don't hold us to it too closely. Inspiration token. Verity, you currently have the inspiration token. Obviously, you weren't here last time to use it, so it's just carried on to this time. So,
Yay.
as always, you can use this on any sort of D20 roll to automatically succeed and have a heroic moment.
Nice.
And then at the end of the session, you get to hand it on to someone else.
Oh,
So, our adventure continues. Recently, a group of messers, led by someone called the Crow, attacked the 5 fellows, leaving an ambush for you where your companion, Burchard, and the 5 fellows' cook, Helga, had seemingly disappeared. You gave chase to the Crow, and where did she lead you?
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, go on, Will.
Oh, into a railway tunnel underneath the river.
Ooh.
Yes, you followed her down under the river into a tunnel, and it kind of spiraled off into what looked like maybe an abandoned or at least unused like service station with there for trains. Although parked inside was a fully functional and serviceable train, and you found moving around the platform, loading this train up, was several Messer agents.
Moving.
And Brask, with his keen nose and smelled that Burchard was nearby. You arrived on the scene and started to sort of spread out stealthily as you went. Pebble and Tali, you inspected the interior of this sort of fancy train carriage at the front of this train. And you heard someone weeping quietly inside. Who did that person turn out to be?
I think.
I know.
Go on, Unai, you were first.
Oh, Helga Hufflepuff. No, sorry. Helga, the the chef from the
Yes.
5 fellows, my friend.
Yes, so Helga, the at least so far mute chef, you found her inside, weeping softly, holding a blood-stained hat that was Burchard's. You sending Tali to communicate with her, and you didn't get response, but you just she revealed herself to you. And then Pebble, you used a new spell of yours to basically teleport her outside of the train to the safety of you guys, where you set her on her way. However, in doing so, you triggered another one of your wild magic effects. Does anyone remember what that effect was?
Is it bad that I don't?
Well, I think Ryan
I
went first.
remember.
Go on, Ryan.
Every 10 seconds, is it? Or something? He
That kind of thing.
pops into the astral plane and out again. Something.
Yeah, effectively. So you have cast the spell what's called Blink on yourself, and what that does, at the end of each turn, you roll a d20, and on certain numbers, I can't remember off the top of my head right now, you teleport yourself to the ethereal plane.
I like planes.
So essentially, everything for you comes like as if you'd put on the One Ring in Lord of the Rings, and you get that kind of ghostly apparitions, and but for everyone else, you just teleport away and then come back again slightly later.
Convenient.
One of those spells very useful in combat, slightly disruptive when you're outside of it. So that's where we are. While you two were doing that, Chad and Brass, you successfully assassinated your way across the platform and into a small office. Quite brutally as well.
Yep.
In that office, you found a couple of documents with noteworthy pieces of information on them. Do you remember what that information was? There's two
Brass
answers.
can't
here.
read, so
Yeah, but Ryan
Maybe.
can listen.
I might remember. There was a ledger
Go
with
on,
business, like with quantities of stuff and where they
Yes.
went and kind of sort of
Yeah, you are right, but that's not the answer quite I'm looking for. The more specific answer. So yes, you found a ledger with
you're
information
right,
in
but also you're not right.
it. You're on the right track.
Oh, trains.
Train puns.
There was a
I don't-
place,
I
right? It was
know-
going to a place. It was going to
Going
a
to a
fort
place.
outside of
Fort,
the
yes.
fort beginning with E.
I'll give it to you, yes.
Ooh.
So you saw that there was like supplies and equipment, but also laborers were being sent to Fort Erlington. There we
Oh,
go.
yeah, I remember it now. Well,
I think
didn't-
Chad, you rolled a
definitely
history check
remember
to see if you recognised Fort Erlington, and you did not. It's not a name that you were familiar with.
Hmm.
But you're
I've
not overly
pocketed-
familiar.
I've pocketed those
Yes.
documents as well. Yep.
But do you remember what the other document was? This was more of a scrap of paper. It wasn't so much a ledger.
Wasn't it in notes? It was something to do with Chad's father, wasn't it?
Not quite. No.
No.
You're in the right sort of realms, funnily enough, but not quite.
I don't remember.
I'll give it to you.
remember.
It was a small like note that just said the current code is when the king rose, which you surmised to mean the year that Erdogan Messer declared himself king of Riverdan.
Oh yeah, that one guy was like, "I'm king," and everyone's like, "Are you though?"
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
Then he got beaten up and something happened to him. But loads of people were like, he had the right idea. I know. We'll start a spy organization that's completely independent, and we'll continue his work.
We'll start a secret organization to get everyone like to spread the news. Well, we're secret.
Oh,
Damn
no,
it.
we can't do that. Oh. But yeah.
What was his first name again?
Ferdinand.
Ferdinand. Like Ferdinand.
Like Ferdinand, without the F, yes. So, yeah, that then brings us back to. Well, I would jump back to where we left off. However, we're actually going to go across town to Christina.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Christina, where you last left off, you obviously had gone to Morgrave Manor and were rebuffed by Ikriador, the crow, who was very angry and very stressed that you weren't all here, the whole of the Small and Mighty, and say convinced, that sounds a bit too pleasant, encouraged you to turn back and find the rest of your party. So you have headed back to the Five Fellows, where you last saw your party. Upon arriving, you do not see your party. You see that there is the regulars who sort of been banded together to start cleaning up the place, and you can see that this large orcish woman, who I think you were introduced to as well as Chad, who's called Teog, sort of taking almost like a leadership position in this, and was sort of like basically getting people, organizing them to clean up the place. And she's also doing it herself. Like you can see, she's literally got a mop and is like cleaning up like what must be soot and crap
Blood.
from on the floor.
Mm.
And she sees you arrive. It's like, oh, you're back. You come through the door, obviously, with a raven on your shoulder. No, sorry, a pug behind you with a raven on top of the pug. The fancy boy and the little guy, they said that they were going out, and I should tell you where they went. But they didn't tell me where they were going.
Oh, that's not helpful. Or helpful, but they're not helpful.
Yeah, they did. I did see them chasing after, I think, a flock of seagulls.
That's small and mighty, chasing
Sure.
birds.
There was a sort of, you hear a sigh from behind you, from a corridor. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not sure what to do with that information, to be honest. She then just sort of awkward, there's an awkward pause, and then she just goes back to cleaning up.
Good.
Good
Well,
luck.
I don't know what to do with that information either.
There is a sort of, you hear from behind you, like, talking quietly, clearly not wanting to give away the fact that he can talk common in front of other strangers. You hear, "Psst. If we can find somewhere a private to talk, then maybe have to solve this."
Who are you?
This is the corridor.
Oh, it's a crew. Oh, I thought that's a different voice than I remember.
Yes.
It's
Oh,
not.
This is
Oh,
true.
It's because I'm not shouting. I'm whispering.
okay.
For you!
Alright, Steve, I guess we can just walk down the street a bit.
Sure. So you head back out, but maybe into an alleyway or something.
Yeah.
And you just hear why are things never simple with you lots? Have you got any way of
Don't be rude.
Mhm.
Well, are they simple with you lot ever? I've not experienced it. Right. I might have a way of solving this. If you have no means of finding them or communicating with them, I might be able to do something I'm not supposed to and send you to them.
Oh, like turn into a dragon.
That is not what I was thinking.
Turn into a carriage that can wheel us where we're going.
Keep going. You're not getting closer.
Turn into a treasure map. Or a map. Well,
I don't
maybe
see how
that's
that
for
would be
another
helpful.
well, a map to take us to my friends. Maybe I'm just getting a bit excited about treasure. Could you turn your eyes into a laser so we can zap everything down so we can see where they are?
I mean, I could do that, but I'm inclined not to. No, I was thinking about just simply teleporting you to them. I realise with the suggestions you've given that might be a boring option, but it's the one I'm going to go for.
I mean, it's the most efficient option.
That's what I was thinking.
I admire your organisational skills.
You see, he sort of puffs up slightly for like the kind of first compliment you've given him. It's like, well, thank you. It does present a challenge, however. To teleport you to them, I need to know where they are, so we need to communicate them. Do you have any arcane means of communication?
I am going to consult the spell book. This is my spell book that my grandma gave me. And it might have something in it that I could try. So you might have to give me a few minutes.
You see, he just sort of sits there patiently. You see, he's quite content to wait, whereas you can see Spud, who is just kind of almost like vibrating, just like, this is so exciting.
I know, Spud, I'm on the edge of my seat. Well, I can make a lot of things explode.
I understand that may, in a roundabout way, solve the arcane forms of communication, but it's not what I had in mind. It's fine. There is a spell that I can do to communicate with them over long distances. What I need from them is a clear description of where they are, so that I can picture it in my mind, and therefore can attempt to teleport us there. Who amongst your companions would be the most sensible to communicate that to, so they can describe to me where they are?
Oh, I think Natalia, she's like a mum. She's got a sensible head on her, but she's not as uptight as you, I don't think. But I think you'd get on quite well. But I think the others would be a bit... One will be egotistical, one will be a bit dumb, and one will be a bit nervous. I think she's probably our best option. You can decide
not
who...
be nervous.
Right, excellent. And you see he flaps his wings and actually lands on your shoulder. Right, the way this is going to work is, in my form that you see before me, I am unable to actually cast spells as of myself. So I'm going to use you as a conduit. I'm going to cast a spell through you, but you will be the one casting it. So I need you to send a message to Tali. You would say Thalia, actually. You can send a short message, around about 25 words. I need you to explain to them that they are to describe with the utmost clarity the location they are in, so that we can picture it in our minds and therefore teleport to there. If the description is vague or confusing, there is a chance the teleportation may go wrong, and we may end up on the other side of the continent, in the ocean, or just die. So it's very important that we get a clear description. Understood?
Yeah.
Good. Now, hold tight, this might get weird. As he jumps onto your head, and you just feel this kind of like wave of energy through your head, as he's kind of like casting a spell into you and then through you. So this is called the Sending spell. And yes, you picture Tali in your mind, and you can you basically can say 25 words, and they will be remotely sent to Tali's head. So,
Nice.
Verity, what
didn't-
25 words are you saying to Tali to communicate with?
Harley, it's me.
It's me.
Where you at?
Who is me?
Okay, succinct, I like it.
Ooh.
So, Tali.
Yeah.
You are down the tunnels. You have obviously you're sort of tucked in by that sort of train platform under the train. You've just had Pebble disappear on you after casting quite a brutal spell on someone in the room. And you've watched essentially a horrific display as Chad and Brath have brutally murdered someone. And as you're trying to contemplate what's going on ahead of you, you hear an invasive sound in your mind as Christina's voice just blurts into your head saying, "Tali, it me, where you at?"
With a very strong accent, obviously, so
Yes.
she will know exactly
Oh
who I
yeah,
am.
you are 100%
Yes.
convinced that, you are certain this is Christina, somehow communicating to you telepathically.
That's new. So for Sarah, Adam,
Yes.
we're in the train tunnel that starts by the docks, right? Like,
So
is
you
there
want- you
is
went-
there a more succinct way of describing this than that?
Not really. You've not seen any
Okay.
clear markers or anything. So you went under the water. Under the tunnel that goes under the river, and you've travelled for 10 or 20 minutes into that, and then gone spiraling down some side tunnels.
Yep.
So it's not like you could, if you would just say, well, you could just say, the train tunnel under the water, but that would still potentially put Christina quite far away from you.
Yes. And we know, well, we basically, when we walked into the tunnel, we sucked to the left pretty much the whole time.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Okay. So, let's see. So, train tunnel, dockside train tunnel. We walked for 10 minutes. Kept left. Now with stationary train.
So looking around, you can see things like the tunnels themselves are dark but covered in graffiti. There obviously are Mesa agents around. You could go to level D, sort of describing the fact that the train itself is this kind of red-bodied train.
With red-bodied train, then.
Mhm.
Cargo unloading. I think that's
Sure.
that's 24 words. I'm pretty sure. So.
Okay. Yeah, something to that effect.
I tried.
Yes. Hey, you don't have a lot of information. So that is the wording. You hear this in your mind, Christina. And you see a creator's like, right. I suppose that'll have to do. Okay, we're gonna have to do something else now. I need you to follow my instructions very carefully. And he starts to explain to you this sort of diagram you want to draw, and he basically directs you to kind of draw with your finger on the floor the circle, and you can still feel that kind of wave of energy coming through your head as he's still perched on your head. And as you touch the floor, this kind of almost as if your finger was a marker or a pen or chalk or something. These golden lines start just etching themselves into the cobblestone, and he starts directing you to draw this fairly complicated arcane signals. I need you to roll me an Arcana check, because although he is giving you the instruction, it still involves a certain amount of interpretation on your part to understand. So you're going to see how accurately you can make this.
19.
19, excellent. You have obviously been almost every moment since you arrived studying magic, and in this moment you're like, this is my moment. I could do this. And this is a level of magic that is beyond your comprehension right now. This is almost like spending time with almost like a mentor or something. You're being shown very advanced magic right now, and you are just absorbing it. You're like, I'm here for this. I'm everything about this. And you're drawing this, and you're like, you don't fully understand every part we're drawing, but you do understand oh, that symbol there, that's implying that a underground tunnel, and you are starting to sort of see this arcane symbol actually has almost coordinates and iconography written into it.
Nice.
Right. So now I need to do something here, because this is a real spell. So you're basically you're casting. I'll give you some context here. What is the highest level spell slot Christina has right now?
Ooh. I don't think I have any spell slots.
You should have some spells, or like the spells you have should have levels. I think it should be 3rd level.
I think it's 3rd level, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be 3rd level, I think.
Maximum it would be 3rd level.
Yes. So this is not something Christina knows, but to give Verity context how advanced this spell is, you are currently casting a 7th level spell.
Hey!
It is a spell that a creator knows, but as I said, it's using you as a conduit to cast this. Now, there's a certain level of the way the spell works. Is basically how familiar you are with the location you're teleporting to. The spell is more or less successful. The worse, the less you know it, the more things can go wrong. So, we're going to sort this out. So, I just need to remind myself. Yes, description. Description. That's this table here. That's fine. So.
Like, it's just going to turn up in the middle of the tunnel and just undo immediately all of our stealthy work.
Yeah,
Potentially.
Yeah.
Potentially.
That's what we're all
Welcome.
hoping for, I think.
So, I need you to make me a fairly important roll now, Verity. So you complete
God.
this circle, and you see there's a glow of light, kind of, and Frito's like, right, now all you need to do is step into the circle and hope for the best.
Cool.
And you can see he jumps off your back at this point and lands on Spud's like, good luck! We'll see you back here later.
Oh, they're not coming.
Oh, I thought they were.
I'd rather not risk
We
it, to be
shouldn't.
honest.
We shouldn't bring our animal companions into war zones.
You can see Spud is trying to go, and the creator's like
That's
holding
so
him back
nice.
and like, no, Spud, not this time.
Oh, I
That's how they
was-
die.
Christina, do you step into the circle?
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
you step
Oh,
into the
well.
circle.
I'm proud of my drawing.
Yeah. As you
Hey.
step right into the center, and this is
No,
kind of large.
color
Like,
it.
yeah, step right in the circle, and as you step in the circle, you feel this kind of drop feeling, almost as if you'd like, you know, those rides that kind of lift up and then drop you.
Mm-hmm.
You get that drop sensation with none of the lift. You just suddenly like almost like you fell through the cobblestones, as if it was like a false
Ooh.
floor or a trap door, and you just feel yourself falling. I need you to roll me what's called a percentile dice. So I think on D it should be 100 dice on D&D Beyond.
Is the two weird looking ones?
Yes, the two dice together. It says D100.
Yeah.
You hover them. You need to roll me that, and this will determine how successful or not this teleport spell is.
Where is it? Not on my character sheet? Is
No.
somewhere
So if you
else?
look in the bottom left corner, you can roll like dice. Just roll
Oh.
dice. And if you go up that list, the middle one should say D100.
The 4th from the top.
Yes.
Oh god. Roll! 89?
89?
Yeah.
89. Now here's the thing. Typically speaking with percentile dice, you want higher is better.
Oh.
And so I'll just explain some of the options here that you could have got. There's one option which is called a mishap, which is you don't go anywhere. You essentially bounce off of something. You take a bunch of damage and then you roll again.
Okay.
So the chance you get stuck in the loop and potentially die. There's one which is called similar area, which is essentially you'd arrive in a train tunnel, but not the train tunnel you wanted to go to.
Mm.
There's one that's called off target, which is basically where you can arrive near your location, but sometimes a number of feet or miles away from it. And then there's one which is called on target, which is you arrive exactly your location. And to arrive on target, you needed to roll 74 or higher, which you did.
Yeah.
So-
Hey.
Tali,
Aw.
you're sat there, and you hear a pop noise.
Oh no.
And you look over, expecting to see Pebble has returned again from where he's disappeared, and you actually see Christina. Just like for you, Christina, you had this falling sensation that lasted almost like a split second, and then you just land, and you find yourself now you are underground. You are clearly on train tracks. You have a train behind you. You're like, basically like wedged on the train track between the train and the platform. Tali is standing behind, like to the side of you, like crouching by his platform. You're just standing there, like bolt
Pull her
upright.
down immediately.
Yeah. And you can just see this platform around you. So I will drop you on the map.
Yes.
And I'm so glad you got that roll, because otherwise, who knows what would have happened.
Oh gosh.
And...
Again.
Hey.
So I'll put you there.
Mapping
Uh,
turn. time.
Get you on the map. So you have
Lovely.
vision, it's fine, and you have. Nope. You have dark vision as well.
Tali, like, yeah, I guess we'll pull Christina down and be like, how did you...
I met a bird called Ike. And he's quite convenient.
The raven? It's the raven, right? The crow? The raven? Is he the raven?
He's a raven.
The raven.
Hey, he's a raven. That's the one, raven.
Is that
Oh,
Robin?
you'll meet later. You'll get on great. You're really
Pretty
similar.
sure I've met him. Well, not, but I
Really?
heard about him because he came to talk to Pebble because he put Pebble's arm's gonna fall off. It was him
Oh
because it's
Yeah.
related to your family, right?
yeah. I've had a very long day.
Okay. Look, right now we're trying to. We've managed to sneak around so far. Nobody's seen us or nobody
Who's
else.
not seen us?
Oh, yes. Sorry. The messes. The messes. This is a base of theirs. You know the birds. The crow person who attacked us.
Right.
We followed them here. And there's other messes here, so we've managed to sneak in. But Bachard also might be here, so we're trying to find him. That's priority number 1, finding Bachard, and then ideally leaving.
And the messes now.
Well, one's asleep over there. I put him to
Look where
sleep.
Tali points. You can see one of these
Number 2, right?
humans wearing this kind of like white and black uniform, kind of like almost like an aviator's coat. And you can see that he's just laying on the train platform in the most like undignified kind of like position, and just snoring fairly heavily over there.
They're asleep. Some of them were killed by Chad and Rusk and Pebble.
Oh, Pebble's getting bloodthirsty.
I'm here. No? Or am I?
Oh,
Am I?
right,
Well,
yeah,
so
Ethereal?
Pebble is
you
if you
see
just-
this all happening.
I'm
You
ethereal.
can't-
Oh.
Yeah, you're
Alright.
ethereal right now, so you see all this happening, but you kind of see, and for you, when Christina arrived, there was almost like a tear, and Christina kind of just
Oh.
appeared through it,
I saw
and then it
the
closed.
effect. I saw
You
the
saw more of a
images.
magical effect happening,
That's
and there was almost kind of like a weird like ripple through the sort of realm as she arrived, as if there was kind of a strange
Oh.
disruption in the magic like folds of this reality.
Ooh, the ripple me as well.
Yeah, you kind of like
Ooh.
wave that goes through you.
It did feel nice. Sorry. No.
But yes, you can hear this conversation again. It's kind of like Pebble's getting bloodthirsty. It's kind of weird echoing effect. You hear them talking shit about you.
Yeah, Christina would probably know, like as she says that Tali she kind of doesn't really say anything, but it would be fairly obvious. Like she looks very sad.
Mhm.
But yeah, she's like, we just yeah, so we're just trying to move forward to find Bachard.
Right, well, I better get helping then. I'm going to disguise myself as a messer. Because I think I can
Yeah.
do that. Yeah.
Are we back in combat?
Yes, so we'll come to that in a second. So also for your sake, Verity, with this dungeon exploration kind of thing, I'm doing a kind of turn-based thing. So we say you arrive there, you've ducked down, and it'll come to your turn soon where you can do that. However,
nice one.
it is Tali's turn, so you can continue Tali as you were.
Although the music has gone for me on roll 20, but that's fine.
Good. Is it playing for Unai? Is the important one.
Oh.
Good. I'll reset it then. It's misbehaving at the moment.
Yeah, roll 20. We've had.
It went
we've
off
been having issues.
me, but when I adjusted the volume in roll 20, it came back.
Oh
So
shit!
maybe I'll
Alright,
do it for you.
Good. It's been temperamental a lot recently.
Oh, I can't adjust the volume. Alright.
You can just
yeah, that's
hum some music if you like.
Yeah. I'll just get on my phone and hold it near my face, so you play it that way. Yeah.
I don't know.
Really changed the vibe of this game. Some
That
sweet
again, Will,
jazz.
but say D&D every time.
So Tali, what are you doing in your turn?
Yeah, my turn. So Talia wants to deal with the person who's sleeping, so they can
Yep.
put out of the way. But we haven't seen any other messes, have we?
You have not. You have heard that there's still some moving around on the so where you are, you're right behind the kind of fancy carriages. But you know that the rest of the part of this train. Each carriage they're on is like a flat bed with crates on it, and you can hear on the platform. Sorry, the next cart along, you can hear people moving and carrying boxes around. So, although you have not seen any, you are aware that there are some nearby.
And just to remind myself about how like the lighting and everything, because so this place is in. Everybody can see that.
Which place?
This place. This bit.
Yeah.
I'm pinging on the map.
Yes. When you say everyone can see it, what do you mean?
Like, would I be visible by like if somebody walked out onto the platform, would I be immediately visible to them? Because the whole thing with the
Oh,
lighting
because-
was that if we're in the shadow, we're not visible.
No, but
Yes,
we are rested.
I'm
We
with
are
you.
like.
Yeah. Only if someone is there to see it. So that lighting there is coming from the guy who's fallen asleep. His lantern is laying next to him, and it's causing light. So if there's someone nearby who could see that, 100%. But again, you don't see anyone else on the platform right now, so it's a bit of a risk.
Stealth there's also a chance.
Stealthing will help. So the advantage is obviously you're still
Okay.
tucked behind this platform, so you have the opportunity to stealth if you'd like.
Yeah. Well, I want to kind of just continue walking like beside the platform. Basically, so 5,
Yep.
10, 15, 20, 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, as a reminder, you can move up to twice your normal movement speed.
Oh yeah. Okay, 30. Yeah. Can then I just get up on the platform?
Yeah.
That
one I'm going to ask for a stealth check from you because
that's
you
fine.
do wear fairly heavy armor and kind of like it's a 5 foot high platform. To kind of climb on it is a potentially noisy affair.
Stealth. Yeah. An 18.
But you do manage it. So you wear. Oh no, you gave your cloak to Helga.
I gave my cloak away, but I still have armor, so I've changed.
Yeah, I imagine it's more a case of like you have chainmail like shirt, I imagine, but like your legs are. So you kind of like intentionally get your leg up first, and you probably use like your glaive to kind of like push into the floor, almost like pole vault yourself up. But you manage it in such a way that you aren't like pushing your chainmail against the platform stone itself. So yeah, you manage to get up fairly efficiently, and without really any noise.
So it's like
Nice.
35, so like 40, 45, 50.
I love the lighting thing.
55, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's about So I'm now here. I don't actually have anything. Is this guy gonna be heavy to pick up?
Reasonably so. Like you look at him, and he's looks like a middle-aged man, slightly balding. He doesn't look overly built, so reasonably strong. But you're reasonably strong as well. I think. I
Action to
remember.
try and pick him up?
Yes, maybe a strength check.
Just a flat strength, or
Yes, please.
Okay.
It's not a high DC. You only need to get a 5 or higher.
16.
Perfect, easy
Oh
enough.
wow, Jesus.
So,
So
yeah,
you basically just lift him up onto your back.
Yep.
And you're good.
And then if I'm moving, can I move one more space, or
I'll allow one more space.
so basically just kind of get like
Just throw
He's
him
here.
to the tracks.
because I'm basically trying to take him to a place because he's sleeping, so I wanted to move him out the way.
I'll put him in your space so you're together. But yes.
Ooh.
Are those crates over here? Are they openable?
Potentially, you'd probably have to like crowbar them open or something,
Okay.
or inspect them at the very least. Like they look sealed from a distance.
Okay, fine. I think that's Tali.
Cool.
Neat.
Brask, it is your turn. So yes, you have just brutally bitten through the neck of this guy.
Oh,
However,
yeah.
although when you bit him, he didn't die. There was this kind of strange, like almost like warping of the air, and then suddenly like blood poured from his ears and nose, if I remember correctly, because he was killed by Pebble's spell.
Sorry, I mean.
So this guy sort of just had this kind of almost like eruption within his head of blood pouring out of his orifices.
Why did I do
after
that? Oh
you
my
bit
God.
him?
Delicious.
Okay.
Bloodier the better. Yum.
Whew.
Uh,
Speaking. Oh my God, Chad's there as well. Okay.
So, Brask is probably just going to keep trying to continue to sneak forward.
Mhm.
I'm going to jump up and see where Chad is real quick so I can peek out of this little bit.
Yep. Open that door, didn't I already?
Yeah.
I think
yes,
Katali can see into it.
Yeah. So open that door. So as you get over there, actually, you would see as well, Chad, and you can obviously action your turn. But as you get there, you do see Tali walking up and picking up someone and putting them on their shoulders.
Yeah. That's on down. Can I do another perception check? I can't quite remember how many people I was aware of further
Yep,
down
go
the
ahead.
tracks.
Roll me a perception check.
Let's do a big old 11.
11. You take a big sniff and try and listen out. You hear vaguely some sound coming from sort of this direction. If you see my ping, green on the map. It's funny if you don't. But basically, sort of you do hear some sound coming from the bed of the train. And in terms of smell, fortunately, the smell of fresh blood from behind you is kind of overwhelming your senses. You can't smell anything further. So that is what you pick up. You know there are some on the train platform. You have no idea about going further into, as you can kind of see where you're pointing, that it's further into the sort of this place. You can't tell that way at the moment.
Yeah. I think it's 60 we can go right now.
Yes.
Is that correct? Yeah, so I've already gone on 20.
Yeah.
And I think I'll probably another 20 down to this corner here so I can try and peek around this little bit when I can grab him. So so about
Was that 60 movement because we're dashing, or have we all just got...
essentially. So what I've simplified. Instead of saying you can dash once, I'm just saying you can go 60 every time.
Okay.
But yeah, this is essentially same thing, just different ways of describing it.
That's not giving me a whole bunch more.
No, unfortunately, as you get there, you find there's a bunch of crates stacked up almost immediately around the corner. I'll let you run a perception check though, as you kind of get closer to this door.
True. Yeah, let's do that.
Question, Adam. If I can see something on the map, even the littlest bit of a thing, does that mean I can see the thing?
I'll say yes. What can you see?
I just no, just nothing. Definitely not an enemy hiding behind a box.
If you can see it on the map, I'm gonna say yes. You are aware of it.
Okay, just the tiny.
The whole point of me doing the whole darkness thing is to hide things from players. So if you can spot something, you spot something. So basically, you'd see the edge of something moving, almost like a boot or the edge.
I guess
of
I can't do anything on that because it's not my turn. That's fine. I can't warn.
No.
Anyway.
I see nothing, which can only be a fun thing.
What did you roll?
Exactly.
11. I just mean in general on the map. I can't see
Okay.
anything.
No, that's fine. As you don't see anything. However, with an 11, as you start to make your way here, you do start to hearing the muffled sounds of a conversation happening deeper into where you're going. It sounds muffled as if it's kind of almost behind another door or wall or something. It doesn't sound like it's coming from the room you're in. Maybe a room beyond that. And it sounds quite heated. Not an argument, but heated.
How many? Can I discern how many voices?
Not with an 11. Just voices.
Oh. Okay, Brask is gonna make it literally square by square and try and sneak in using my final 20. One.
Yep.
Got 4 of these, right?
Yep.
Ooh. This is gonna go terribly. Okay. And then I'm just gonna.
Yep.
I'm sorry,
you start
but
to-
lucky bastard. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do sneak around the side, and what you see is kind of a few more openings. You can see one directly to your west, and you can just about see what is the
Got
edge
some
of a set of stairs and another door. So these stairs are concrete stairs, and they're going up. Actually, and by those stairs there would be a large sign written in a language you don't read. So excellent. And
I will study it as if I can.
Yeah.
Yes.
And just about, it's hard to make out on this map, but if you look to sort of your southwest, there is another hallway opening up that way.
Mm-hmm.
You could potentially assume that those doors you see might lead into that hallway, that they might bisect. And then directly south you see more of the warehouse you're currently in. That's all your movement. Anything else you want to do with your actions this turn?
I don't think I've got a whole lot of stuff I can do.
That is fine then.
I think I will stop there.
Christina, it is your turn now. So, just so you, to explain how this exploration mode works for you a bit clearer, Verity. So, you can move up to 60 feet, which is 12 squares, and you can do as many actions as you want as your turn. So that's how it works. Just keep it distinct. So, you want to immediately disguise yourself as a messer? You're more than welcome to do that. Okay. So you can see these agents around. They've got very similar uniforms to the one you also saw at the Five Fellows.
Mhm.
Now you have a choice here. So all the ones on this platform here, they have open faces. Like you can see, like this guy Ty's picked up as a balding man. Although you haven't seen others, you would assume that various people. The agents you saw back at the Five Fellows were all wearing that gas mask. So you have a choice whether you want to be someone with a gas mask or with a face that you'd have to pick what that face is.
I've seen the guy sleeping.
Yep.
I'm gonna take his face.
Sure, excellent.
Not literally.
I will just say, because you're not that close to him right now, roll me a perception check.
Okie dokie.
You get a blurred version of his face.
I just get like two dots and a smile.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a map.
You got the receding hairline, but you have the ditto face. What did you get in your perception check?
10.
10, okay. You can vaguely make out the features. Like, yeah, there is obviously, there's a nose or eyebrows. Like, yeah, it's just fine.
There is a nose.
Yeah. It's one of those,
You become a nose.
yeah. I'll let you decide whether or not Christina is, has the wherewithal to realise this, but it's a sort of face where it'll probably pass from a distance.
Oh.
But you have two things that A, close inspection probably won't work, and also you don't know what this guy sounds like. So obviously, if you get into any kind of conversation, you're probably scuppered. But for the moment, you have at least the obvious outline of a meta agent. So what would you like to do the rest of your turn?
So on the map, I can't see anything.
Not
Can I
at
do
all.
another? No, nothing.
Is it black? I got you wrong here. Hold on. Not got
Layers.
controls. Have I not got you set up right again? Yeah, once again, I've managed to accidentally set you up to be the wrong person. I need to fix that.
Yay!
Try again. You should see stuff now.
Ooh, I can see a little bit.
Yeah, you still can't see much, but you
Yeah.
should see some.
I do. Ooh.
But yes,
Roll 20's been strange.
it always is strange.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. Here's
There
this
we go.
thing.
So, yeah, you currently are tucked in underneath a this sort of train platform. So the platform itself is 5 foot above you, so you could obviously climb up the platform, or you could continue up and down the train. Just for the sake of ease, where if you can see down sort of to your west, where the body of the train is, that's where you guys entered. So you kind of want to go sort of southeast-ish is your kind of the area you're exploring. Just to save you wandering off in the wrong direction.
Can I get? So I think I'm gonna get on the train. Start sort of.
So you can't get into the train. The train behind you is a closed carriage. There are doors, but you don't know if they're open. So you couldn't just go behind you onto the train.
Okay.
The doors themselves are at the ends of the train, so you can either move to the west or the east to move towards the doors.
I'll go towards the doors and start
Okay.
to find a way onto the train.
But
You're not there to say anything, Bevel.
yeah.
But you do see Christina doing something. You're like, oh. So if you go to basically the closest one would be to go to your east. And if you see like right at the sort of bottom right corner of the train carriage, there's like a white block. That is the door.
Oh.
So if you see one pinging, there's a door there.
Oh yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
there you go. So you can move that way. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 squares of movement. So you'd have 4 remaining after that.
Oh, I use the remaining 4 to get on.
So you go to there. So do you want to move yourself, or do you want me to do it for you?
And can you move me, please?
Yeah, it's fine. So you go here, and you attempt to open the door, and as you do, it is locked. The door does not open.
Oh, that's
Oh.
boring. So Could I do another, I guess, investigation check to see if I can hear anything?
That would be a perception check, but yes, you can. Investigation is more like searching for something like almost in front of you, but perception is sort of the broader. I'm listening for clues or something like that.
Well, luckily enough, I got a natural 20.
Wow.
Excellent. Okay, so you do attempt this door and like it doesn't work, and you start listening around. You hear brass moving behind you. You hear on the train platform to the next one along this open bed with crates. You listen. You hear what you're pretty sure it's probably two people moving stuff around. And then going down to the room where Brask is, in the distance you can hear what you're pretty sure is a man and a woman having a heated discussion. That's all you pretty much pick up on, listening.
Great. Okay.
So you do have 4 squares of movement if you want to use them, but you obviously don't have to.
I'll probably start use my 4 squares to move towards people having a heated discussion.
Okay, so basically, so you're gonna get onto the platform. When you get on the platform, are you trying to be quiet about it, or are you just getting up there?
I'm trying to be discreet, but not like super sneaky.
That's fine. One more self check then. That still will cover that.
Yeah.
You're going that way.
3.
3.
I'm gonna use my token.
Sure. Okay. So yes, you basically just definitely roll onto the platform, and you kind of stand up, like brush yourself off in character, and you start walking along. And I'm gonna say with the token, not only that, but you also notice that, unlike you can see in the dark because you're elvish. You notice that the agent, your character you're embodying, had a lantern. So you kind of walk over and you just kind of pick up the lantern to complete the visage of being this person.
Yeah. Oh, nice one.
Does Tali know that this is not an actual agent?
That's a very good question.
She's walked right in front of Tali, and she's a Mesa agent, and I don't know if Tali would know that it's not.
Oh no.
Roll me an insight check, Tali.
Yes, I could do that.
Well, I'd argue I popped up right next to you, Tali. And then
It's true.
I didn't move anywhere. I didn't go anywhere. I
Yeah.
just turned
This
and
is
then
what the
walked
insight
away.
check is going to be for, to see, because there is a
Okay.
logical answer here, which is
I got 14.
14. Yeah, the logical thing here is this looks like a Mesa agent, and you didn't actually catch Christina transform. However, you've seen her do it before, and also this Mesa agent is clearly not reacting to you. And also, after a moment, you look at that and go, "Wait, is that the same guy I'm holding?"
Looks at the gun.
Yeah.
Wins!
So yes, no, you come very quickly aware this is Christina in disguise.
and she takes his lantern, right?
Yes.
That's good. Good.
Yeah. Cool. That's the end of your turn then. The messes now all move.
Ooh.
Bye.
You don't
Spicy.
have to though.
No,
No,
but
I can tell.
I mean, none of them are suspicious right now. So you hear vague sort of shuffling. Most of you just hear shuffling of people moving around and moving boxes and stuff, but nothing important happens. Let's put it that way. 'Cause none of them are suspicious. Pablo, it's your turn.
Hey, I'm.
so- Just before you do anything else, so you are still in this ethereal realm.
I'm
You're
spicy.
watching. Yeah, you're sort of misty and watching. You're watching your friends do stuff. You watch Christina try and open the carriage, which you know you've already tried. And you're like, ah. And you feel yourself sort of being like, it's kind of a really weird thing, like to describe. You almost feel like yourself coming back together, like you're going compressed back into a compounded, a corporeal form. But something you catch just as you're sort of shifting back, you see the room where Chad and Brass were, and that guy you killed.
Yeah.
You see the room they've moved out of. You
Yeah.
see movement in that room
What?
as you see something appear. You look through that window and you see the wall. You just see something just basically emerge through the wall. And it's really strange because it doesn't work in your head. You see what is very clearly a boat,
Oh.
a small, almost like a canoe kind of shaped boat, come through with a figure. And first you think it's a person on the boat, but then you realize they are almost like part of the boat.
Okay.
Like the figurehead of this boat is this long, spindly creature made of wood with kind of like elk horns coming out of them, with a paddle, and they're just like rowing. And they just come through this wall. And
Is
you
that-
watch as they look towards the person who's on the floor and hold out a hand.
Inside
And
the
you
room
see
still.
inside the room, and you see where the body's on the floor, you see almost like an apparition of them stand up,
Oh.
take the
okay.
hand of this boatman, and step onto the boat.
Nice.
And the boatman then turns to move away. And then you corporealize back into the real world, and that vision fades from you
Okay.
as you're now back in the real world, and you
That's-
just see
okay.
there's a body laying on the floor in that room, pooling with blood.
That's a bit sad, but also very beautiful. Mhm.
Pebble has just witnessed proof of the existence of the soul.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
the afterlife.
Tali's
Right,
just concerned
interesting.
about who that is.
Huh?
Tali is just concerned about who that was.
What, the boat? Did you see it as
The
well?
person on the boat. No, Tali wouldn't
No.
have seen it. It's,
No.
it's,
I mean,
it's fine.
I guess
We'll
we're just
chat
more
about that later.
Sarah is concerned about who
No,
that
Sarah
is.
is concerned for Tali because, you know, there are two things that claim like ownership of souls after death, and one is great and one is not great.
Great.
So, you know,
Fantastic.
it's fine. It's all fine.
So,
It's all
that's what you see.
good. Okay, so I'm not spicy anymore. Right?
Nope. Oh, wait, one other feature about when you come back from Blink, you can choose to appear 20 feet in any direction.
Ooh.
So basically, if you want to, you can appear 4 squares away from where you currently are,
Okay.
and that's free movement. So you can then move your store,
I'm just
still
gonna
move 12 squares.
go to visit my friends. Obviously.
So where you going?
So I'm just coming in here. That's where I appear. I'm gonna remove the little token
Yeah.
thing.
So basically, as you leave it there. Oh, actually, that's fine.
Oh,
We'll take it back when
sorry.
you. No, we'll
Okay,
take it back
put
when
it
you
back.
teleport again.
Okay.
That's fine. Because you are currently here. So yeah, basically, as you kind of like, you almost like step up the platform in the ethereal plane as you watch that boatman claiming this soul, and then you kind of materialize, and you're now here on the platform. You see Christina, and obviously in this Messer disguise, you see Tali holding the same Messer. But yeah, what do you want to do?
But
That's
I
your
saw
full turn.
Christina. I saw Christina disguise herself.
You
because I
saw
was
the
there.
whole thing. Yeah.
I come here. I reconvene. Can I have a conversation, or because it's turn-based, it
Yeah, you
won't
can talk.
work?
Some people can talk outside their turns. I don't mind that. Obviously, as long as they're within earshot.
Cool.
You just will need to, depending on how loud or involved the conversation is, there may be some checks involved.
I mean, I think
But go ahead.
Pebble can be, you know.
Oh, question.
Yep.
Has Christina seen that Pebbles turned into a goblin?
I think you did. Very briefly. Because I think you said to a career door that he turned into a goblin.
Just double checking that.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you've seen Pebble do a lot of weird things, and it might be like maybe you're hoping or expecting it to have worn off by now. But it's when you see Pebble and like, oh, right, Pebble's still a goblin.
But you didn't even know. You didn't know. Well, does my appearance startle anyone? I'm just gonna.
I don't think it'll startle Christina just because
Cool.
Christina's the only other person in the group really who has the same sort of weird magic shit keeps happening. So you're probably one of the few people who's kind of not as going to be startled by it. But it is a case of you say, okay, yep, still a goblin, cool.
Neat.
But yeah, Pebble, what's your turn?
Yeah. Hi, Christina. I mean, very nice to see you. We're all here. Brask has gone that way. I mean, should we?
There's
And
there's
Chad's-
a Messer. What Tali would point towards, like basically straight down.
Yeah,
like,
there's
that
one.
crate.
I mean,
There's a Messer
just
behind
for
that
the-
crate.
yeah.
Just be careful if you do move.
I am Tali. I wanna be a good person. I'm very sorry. I killed someone. I am freaking out a little bit. But I wanna make this right. What's the next step? What do we do?
I mean,
How
the
can I
next
help?
step for you right now is to just breathe, Pebble.
Okay.
I need you to take some deep breaths, okay? Because we can talk about this. And
Is it?
We can
precious?
talk about it, and we should talk about it, but not right now, because right now we need to make sure we don't get caught. We don't, get Bachard. We get out. That's priority number one, Bachard.
Good.
And then leaving. Just to try and, if you don't want to kill people and you don't have to, then don't. Try to just, otherwise sort of
I'm trying.
incapacitate them. Like, if you have any magic that can do that, or if you can just sort of hit them on the back of the head.
I just don't. Okay. Just can't control it.
Do
Cool.
you have a rope or anything, by the way, so I can
Oh.
tie up this?
Yes. 1 second. I do have a rope.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Tali hadn't got a rope.
I don't have a rope.
Oh, I
it.
know why. Because you get the priest's pack. At the moment, so.
I have a 50-foot long rope made out of hemp.
Perfect.
Very organic material.
Yeah.
Would you mind if I took
course,
it?
yeah,
You
yeah,
could
yeah.
help me if you want. You
Yeah.
can help.
Take it.
We probably won't get it
Rope.
back, but we can buy you another one.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We are basically rich for all I can understand of the world, of how the world works. So,
I'm gonna say, just because of Pebble with your background, that you are a farm boy. You easily know how to tie up this man.
what? What kind of implication is that? Why does
Just
a
like you know how
farm boy
you know how to restrain like an animal that's being like
Yeah.
rowdy or something like that.
I go
My
like-
brain went to hog tying initially, but I realized that's not actually a farmer's thing. But I've stated it now, so we're gonna keep going with it.
Fair enough.
Hey,
I was
Um,
thinking just around like a column, just around armed by the side.
Yeah, that's what.
That's
Fine.
what I'm like.
Yeah.
Could Pebble do that actually while we're together here, so then Tali can go and put him somewhere next
Yes.
on her turn?
Actually, the only thing I'll say is, Pebble, roll me. I'm still going to call it an animal handling joke because I'm going to keep doubling down on the fact that you know how to tie animals up.
I'm
But
extremely
do it
proficient.
with do it with advantage.
Advantage
then-
even. Oh my god.
Yeah. Like you are 100. Doesn't matter what you roll, you will tie this guy up. But it will go as a baseline for if should he wake up and want to break out of it. This is where what he's got a
Okay.
challenge against.
Great. That was an unnatural 24.
Perfect. So you tie him up like an animal. I'm committed to this now, so we're going to stick with it. Yes, you tie him up. So he's got 24, just in case he wakes up and wants to break out of it. Because, as you know, Tyler, your spell does not last that long.
I'm keeping track of rounds. That's for a minute, so quite a long time in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
thing about the exploration mode is that each turn is longer than a minute, so it will be.
Wait, then he should have
Well,
already woken up. Because
Yes, I'm being generous for the time being. So it's fine. You've tied him up. It's fine. Also, you probably gag him just to.
I was
make
gonna
it
say,
easier.
can we? Yeah.
The rest of the
Yeah.
rope. It's a massive rope, so
Just through stuff for the mouth.
stuff the
Yeah.
mouth with rope.
That's fine. You've done that anyway. Pebble, anything else you want to do with your turn? You still have plenty of movement and actions galore.
I'm just gonna. Is Pebble curious? Is Pebble afraid? What did Pebble see? Because I remember last session we saw someone around here-ish, somewhere.
You did. You can hear people up there somewhere.
But Pebble's not the only person who's conscious that there might be people in that carriage, right? So Tali would be. Like, maybe, if we want to continue exploring, maybe we need to, put other people to sleep just in case in that
Well,
carriage.
I was just gonna leave them.
But what? Okay. What if they ambush us?
I can only. Tali can only do this, a few times, and it's temporary. So we'd have to then restrain them,
Cool.
and I don't think we have the time or resources for that right now.
I didn't mean with magic necessarily. Cool. Okay, so maybe just shall we go south? Pebble's gonna make his way south with where Brask
Go
is.
try and catch up with Brask in case he
Yeah.
needs some help.
Yeah. How many more? How much?
I wasn't overly paying attention.
Because I did 20 and then
You've done like 10
20.
since then, eh?
20 and then 10 or 15. I don't remember.
I'll say 10. Why not? So, I mean, you've got another 10 squares of movement if you want. So you could probably just get straight to Brask if you really wanted.
Fair enough.
Yeah. We'll say you can get right behind Brask.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And I'm doing. Boo! No.
yeah.
Obviously I'm not.
To Brask, you see Pebble sneaking up behind you.
Okay.
Cool. Pebble, from there, can you see the stairs?
Yes. No, from here, no. Pebble would not be able to see the stairs. I mean, I have to imagine it because.
I know. I can. It's fine. So I will refrain that information until it comes to your turn. Anyway, that's the end of your turn. Chad! You've obviously seen some of your companions move around the platform. You've seen them tie up a guy who's unconscious. You see, in a similar vein to... Actually, no, roll me an insight check. Because you see a Messer agent standing right by Tali.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a high DC because, once again, the Messer
18.
18, you're fine.
18. Yeah.
Shenanigans are afoot, but you're pretty sure that this, at the very least, is not a real Messer agent.
Good.
You didn't see Christina teleport in, so you're not sure what's going on. You just know it's not a Messer agent.
So I don't know who that is, but I know that they're friendly at the very least.
Not a threat.
Okay.
Maybe somehow Pebble or Ty have mind controlled a Messer agent. You're not sure. Like, magic's weird, but that guy's not a threat. That's the important part.
Also, I missed the face thing. Did Verity use the natural 20 to get the face right, or is the face still like
the face is a bit
weird?
fuzzy.
It's pixelated.
Excellent, excellent.
It's a mid-map of a face.
Okay, Chad's gonna sort of like as he's sort of picking his head out the door, he's gonna be sort of loud whisper and sort of hand gesture and be like, just to try and ask like Tali and whoever this non-Messer agent is, just like is all of this like behind you? Is that clear? Is that we good? We going this way now?
Oh, it's not clear, but they haven't seen us, so we're ignoring them.
Can I roll to see if I pick up on this?
I mean, you're there, right?
I mean,
you're there.
It's not.
You hear this.
Yeah.
You were technically between Chad and Tali, and
You
they
also,
can understand
you
it. You
also
understand
already,
it.
you already know that that's because you heard them.
Yeah.
On the platform.
Oh.
Yeah, Christine, you're aware of the information. Basically, Chad's trying to get up to speed, essentially, what's happening.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
and
The
gonna-
info that you already know.
Okay, because I want to help him turn and just go.
Yeah, you see this message wave at you very friendly. Like, that guy must be charmed.
It's Christina. No, it's Christina.
Christina isn't here. Anyway, do you want me to? Do you want to go and?
No.
The guy, not Christina. Did you want to go and deal with the other people behind there? Let's just go forward. Okay, go.
Let's
Kill
leave
them on the
them
way
to their
back.
job.
No,
just
good.
leave them. They're not
Nailed
bothering us.
Yeah. Got it.
So you have this moral debate silently across the platform.
Yeah.
What do you want to do, Chad?
Chad is going to first of all move to there, so that's 30. Wow, that does not help, does it?
Yeah.
Well, there's a person right in, like, just a bit in front, behind that box over there. This box over here.
Chad
Be
cannot see
careful.
them.
I don't know if anyone can see that, but
Well, he can see the edge of the box, so
you could point in the direction of this way. There is a person.
yeah.
Would I, now that Chad kind of knows that there's someone generally around there, would Chad need to stealth to move?
Well, it
to
depends
the,
on what
to
you're
the
trying.
east?
Only if you're trying to be stealthy, but I'll take that as a yes. So yes, please.
Let's go.
You can obviously just confidently stride out if you want to.
Also-
I'm not going to tell you how to play your game, but
I will imagine from there you have an intuition that at least Pebble is
Oh.
around the other corner.
Right, that's a 17, but I don't think that had. Right, so that's a 9 with my disadvantage.
oh yeah,
Gee.
I forgot you had
Did
disadvantage
not-
for a second. Then I thought what you were telling me was you had a minus 12. What?
Minus,
9? or
yeah, no.
Minus 9 on your. No, okay, so you got a 9 in total. That's fine. So as you
So-
kind of walk along,
He's
it's not
gonna
that,
know.
and it's not like you're not trying to be stealthy. You are. It just happens to be like this. As I mentioned before, this train station, it clearly was some sort of like maybe a gang or maybe just homeless people lived here. Like there was trash and graffiti on the wall, and you step on what appears to be a part of a bottle, and there was a crunch noise
Oh fuck.
as you're
Right.
walking along.
Okay.
And you can hear a, huh? What was that sound?
You can see the little exclamation point here.
Gotta investigate. Gotta check that out.
Quick, get in a box.
Like a Pokemon
Chad's
encounter.
gonna as he hears that. That was basically the first step he's taken has done that. So sort of while they look around, you can presumably see sort of in semi shadow there, but presumably you can see Pebble.
Pebble on Brax,
Yeah.
maybe? I don't know.
Sort of the edge of Brass.
I'll say reasonably you can see Brask and Pebble, because in theory this is all happening simultaneously. It's just turn-based for the sake of my sanity.
Could
Yes.
could the whispering back and forth between Chad and Tali, could Brask hear that?
Yeah,
Once
I'll say
Chad
yes.
was in the room. Okay,
We'll
so
say yes.
Brask is also aware that there's some folks in here.
Yeah.
Behind a box. Okay.
These boxes.
They are
Beautiful box.
Probably-
like tall.
they're probably like 3 foot by 3 foot, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Like the size of them isn't massive. You don't know what's inside them right now, so you don't know how heavy it could be. But you could, per the size of it, you could probably try and pick it up.
But they're like
Mm.
stacked. And...
Oh no, I'm thinking of
of
climbing. Climbing.
Oh, well, climbing.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean they are stacked about probably 10 foot high. But
Oh, right,
this is a
It's very
room which
unstable.
is probably 20 foot tall. Like you're basically in a warehouse now. So you could definitely get on top of it and you'd see over it. But it also might alert you to some things. Or some things to you, I guess I should say.
Yeah, and you might trip. I mean, how stable can they be? Like, we don't know how heavy they are, each of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know to try.
We could flank these guys. Keep going to the other side.
Chad's taken his okay, so he's taken a step there. He's immediately knows that he's done something there. Chad's gonna try and climb. He's determined that the high ground is something that he should be trying to get to, even though he's had the stuff from there.
Yeah.
But I think Chad also knows that if he turns around, if he takes one step further in that direction, he's probably going to come face to face with whoever's there.
Yeah, okay.
So I want to try and climb up these 10 foot.
Sure. So roll me an athletics check first. We'll start with that.
Mm-hmm.
See if you can get on top of them. I'll tell you what Chad is determined to do is to sort of break my map again.
Yes.
I was thinking that.
Just want to
And I'm like,
challenge you.
you
Just
don't
want to
have
challenge
to
you.
climb those. You could just walk because he doesn't
That-
want to deal with
No,
it.
it's fine.
If
No.
you
That
put,
was an 11.
if you put the
11,
token
okay.
underneath, it's like seeing from above, technically, because I mean you don't need to see the north part of it. So if you don't
Unfortunately not. So the way this is worked, because there's not a smart way of. I can draw walls, but if I draw a wall, you wouldn't see the crate. So what it is, it's a wall where you can see inside it. It's a one-way glass essentially.
yeah,
But if I put
no.
you inside its space, you can't see out of it.
What I mean is, let's put Chad's token like 1 block south of where he
That's how I'm
actually
gonna do
is,
Yeah,
and
that's
that's
fine.
just gonna work.
It does change things because now you're sort of stealthing between things. It's fine. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I might do more to the east actually, but it's fine. You got an 11.
Yep.
You do start climbing up, and luckily these are very weighty crates. They clearly must have like this, like maybe stacked full of like equipment or grain, and they do wobble a little bit, but there is enough of a climb that you can get up, so that's not an issue. And so you do climb to the top of the 10 foot of it. I am also going to have you roll a stealth check because this is not
Another
a quiet
one.
thing. Another one.
Yeah.
This is not a quiet thing you're doing.
15.
15. Okay. Clearly walking wasn't working for you, but climbing, you're golden.
Well,
I've learned from a mistake of
Yeah.
climbing on top of a metal train.
Yeah.
And these are made of wood, so it's a little bit quieter.
ooh,
So I'm
a
going to put
number
you
4
there
here.
instead. I'm going to put you there, which isn't quite the same space, but you've got some of the same vision.
Yeah.
So as you climb up to here, you start to see a few things. Directly to the south, on that crate below you, you can see there is an agent standing there. He's clearly like sorting something out. But down the very sort of southeast part of the room, you see there is a pane of glass.
Yeah.
And you can see what appears to be another office. You see, and it's kind of almost like a frosted glass, like clearly meant to block vision. But you do see what appears to be a desk, some paperwork, and you can see sitting in a chair but turned is what appears to be a masculine figure.
We can see the name.
You can see the name because it'll make it easier. But Chad, you never saw these individuals, so you don't have a lot of reference for this.
Oh, is it who I think it is?
But I think for the audience's sake, you see the vague, fuzzy outline of Splint.
I knew it.
What?
The guy who kicked that
And-
Nervin into the fucking train.
Oh, the
that-
mafia,
that
the
Charlie-
mafia boss. The mafia boss.
Yeah, Giovanni, as we've been calling him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy with
yeah,
slick
yeah.
black hair and the scar across one eye. Yes. And that is where you hear the muffled conversation coming from. This heated conversation, as he is clearly talking to someone.
Okay.
And although it is a frosted glass, you would become very aware that if you were to make any loud or visual movement in this room, there's a good chance he might spot you as well.
Right. Okay. Would it be correct to say that the angle that if I could also see from there if I'm on top of this crate?
Yeah, I'll allow that.
I've got a bit more of an angle at
Yeah,
that.
I'll let
guy
you
there.
dance between the two squares for the sake of it. But yes, you can see
Okay.
that guy down below you. But you're also quite aware that that guy there is in full vision of Splint.
Yeah.
So if you were to take that guy out, just assassinate him where he is, you'll be 100% probably seen by Splint or anyone else in that room. But that doesn't mean you couldn't distract the guy away or something.
Okay. And that 10 foot up to the top of here was 10 foot of movement, obviously, so that's
Yes.
45. So out of. In that case, I'm going to move so I'm on top of this one.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, you're going to sort of walk along them.
From there,
That's
what can
fine.
you see? You can see. Oh,
I can
all of
see a
that.
bunch of different things there. So I can kind of see that guy in there. Right,
I
yeah,
am
good. That gives
gonna
me a
just
really.
check something as you move there, because you are obviously stealthing with a 15, but you are standing bolt up, you're crawling or hunched, but you're still above these crates. You are higher than other things. So I'm just gonna check the passive perception of Splint and the other person in the room real quick.
Can I be prone?
Yeah, you can prone. I'll say that makes sense, but you're still obviously there.
Yeah.
I prefer to be prune. I don't know. Sorry.
No.
No.
Okay. Cool. I'll keep that to myself for the moment. But anyway, that's what you've done. The thing about being prone, however, it does cost double movement to move around. So we'll say that at that point, there's probably most of your movement used, if not
Yes,
all.
that would be yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy for that to be the. all my
Anything
movement.
else you want to do with your turn? You still have actions, obviously, but you're now out of movement.
Not an. I'm going to, because I can see this messer agent to the to the west.
Oh.
Yes. Okay. So I will.
I'm gonna-
As you're crawling around, I'll describe what you see in room 5 because you're the first person to get a real good view of it. You see that there is a large set of stairs that lead up, just straight up, and there is a sign in that room which says, a big sign which says Blackhound Bridge exit. And you
Right.
remember seeing before there was a doorway to a hallway that said, basically pointed to main entrance. So you get the impression that if you're not the kind of people who are skulking through train tunnels, this is the way you're supposed to get into this place.
Yeah.
And the Blackhound Bridge is one of the bridges of Dow Bridge that goes over the river. Also, this room is just filthy with graffiti. There's graffiti all over the walls. But one thing does kind of stand out to you, there's all this kind of graffiti, there are messages written down, but then there was just almost painted on top of it, these very large, kind of just strikes of red paint.
Oh wow.
Not sure what they are.
Okay.
And then, yes, you do see, sitting on a bench, looking like maybe he's taking a lunch break or something, just smoking a cigarette, is a messer agent. It's
Chad-
smoking a cigarette and reading a newspaper, just
So Chad's gonna sort of lean over, make eye contact with Brask.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be like. And Chad's gonna get his crossbow out, and he's gonna ready an action to basically repeat what we've been doing
Sure.
with Brask to shoot this guy to basically notify Brask that there's someone round that corner and be like, look,
Tally's having
you
the
know what we're
best
doing.
time.
Makes sense. Okay, so that'll be your
Bella's like,
turn.
yeah.
Speaking of Tali, it's Tali's turn again.
Whew.
You
I'll
do
be
feel
right
in your arms this guy rousing from a sleep, but he's like.
Okay. We're gonna move to so like 5, 10, 15, 20, basically like behind some boxes.
Yeah.
And then put like sort of lay him, like prop him up, and he seems to have come round. Like
Yeah, he looks drowsy still, but he's waking up. As you get there, by the way, you do spot that there is another set of doors on the wall of the platform, to your sort of southeast.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. Okay, fine. Yes. Tali is going to put him down, and she's gonna take her dagger out and sort of like hold it to his neck in a threatening manner.
Oh,
Right. As he sort of rouses, right? He's kind of like sort of like get him to wake up.
Mhm.
And she's gonna say something along the lines of like look, you're not in the you're not in the best of positions right now, and I need some information from you. So it'd be in your best interest to just tell me what I want to know. We're looking for someone, and then describes Burchard. He's a gnome.
He's a dwarf.
Is he a dwarf? Dwarf. Looking for a dwarf with a peg leg. Insert other notable characteristics about Burchard. Where is he?
Roll me an intimidation check.
Yeah. Yeah. With advantage? Flat roll? What we got?
Just an intimidation check.
Sad. I'm gonna ask, Hey, that's a 15. That's
15.
not bad. Yeah.
You can see this guy, like, he has this look of determination in his eyes, as if he's like throwing up this wall of like, I'm not gonna tell you anything. Then his eyes sort of like dart around and has a look, like Chad laying on top of some boxes with a crossbow ready, and you can see this sort of demeanor change from who the fuck are you guys to who the fuck are you guys? And he sort of like looks around, you can see the demeanor change, looks back to you and goes and just sort of nods at you. With this kind of pleading look in his eyes.
I'm not gonna hurt you if you just tell me what I want to know. Is the person I described here? Are they on the train, like gestures at the cargo bit of the train? Are they on there?
He shrugs. And sort of like shakes but like apologetically and shrugs.
Were they alive the last time you saw them?
Nice. There's hope.
Did you last see them on this platform? What direction?
He sort of gestures his head through the door to room 4 where everyone's headed.
Okay. Alright, so thank you. I'm gonna leave you here. We won't hurt you. But you have to stay tied up for obvious reasons. Looking at him, waiting for him to have like kind of insight checking, like, is this guy gonna try and wiggle away? Like,
yeah, roll me an insight check.
21.
Okay, so and you got a 15 on your intimidation check. You think for the moment this guy is clearly his priority is his life right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you have told him to stay put. You think he'll probably stay put. You don't know how long that'll last, however. Like, there is clearly intent of like, while he can see you guys, he is not going to do anything to threaten himself.
Mm-hmm.
You do wonder, however, as soon as you guys are out of sight, if this guy might try and break out, wriggle away, maybe yell for help, but you can't be certain beyond that.
Standard.
But you've obviously a chink in his loyalty while you're there and his life is threatened, but as soon as you are out of sight, you don't know.
I assume his legs are tied up as well, right?
Yeah. I'd imagine it's like a hog tie.
I like it.
But he could still wriggle away. If I
Yeah.
put him in a net
Very-
as well.
If you put him in the net as well, he's fucked.
Because I think Tali would probably do that. Like, she doesn't want to risk this guy kind of breaking a cover. She's like, I'm just. She puts the dagger away. It's like, yeah. Tali doesn't. I don't fully believe you. Because why would you stay here when you can't see us anymore? So she just puts a net on him.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can't resist it, so you just basically wrap him from the net. There was this kind of like disappointed, like,
Yeah, I
wrap him
know,
up.
but look, we're not gonna hurt you. You free to leave when we're gone. We don't need you interfering in our business.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of what she's doing. Yeah, before she leaves, she'll be like, I am sorry though. I don't like this. Yeah, and she just sort of leaves.
Mhm.
So I think that was like 20-ish feet or something.
Yeah, something like that.
So we go catching up with the rest of the group then, the 25. Oh, it's fine. 30. 35.
You get to here and you
You see
see
the thingy. You see the person.
Well, I
you get
see
Oh,
into
yeah.
the office, right? Well, it's frosted glass, right? So
yeah, so you see a couple of things. You see again the guy you already previously sort of spotted. You see Chad laying on top of some boxes, crossbow ready, and again you see that kind of frosted. It's not quite like not like a bathroom frosted. It is just kind of this kind of glass. You can vaguely see through it, and you see a desk and just about see some people talking, and you can hear them
can
vaguely.
I make hear specifics of what they're discussing?
Roll me a perception check.
I can do that.
Wow.
25.
25. So you 100% recognize the voice of a man called Edvard Splint, who you've seen before, and you hear the other voice of the Crow.
Mm-hmm.
Now, having a conversation. The conversation you hear. Can you get it up?
What's Splint's first name? Sorry.
Edvard.
Edvard. Wow, what a name.
Edvard. Like Edward, but with a V.
Yeah.
And you're sure you weren't followed. And you can hear her going, I couldn't say. I was in a rush. I needed to get away. Things were getting dire there, and they were cornering us. But I think we should be safe. I'm not sure they have it in them to do any real damage. And you hear Edvard go, "Oh, is that so? Oh, I think you don't realize then that they tied up Nura and tortured her until she died."
How does
Yes.
he know that?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yes. I received communication from her moments before it happened. Some aberrant magic. They sucked the life out of her. I heard her tortured screams. Then Chad Donifius' son stabbed her in the neck.
No, Tali didn't know any of this.
No,
So-
Tali did not know any of this.
Hold on a second there. Hold on. So he has said that we okay.
She's gonna come right into the office and go like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
Yes, I'm like, hold on, one more time. Wait, so hang. Sorry, because I was like, oh, I need to make notes because I know this, and I realized I didn't. Okay, so it was that we tortured.
They tortured
Someone.
someone. You heard a name
The
you don't
name?
recognize.
Okay.
The name is Nura, but it's not that important.
Until they died.
Yeah. Cast
Yeah.
magic on her and stabbed her in the neck.
I don't remember the casting the magic part. for
Wait,
the
it was
second-
magic that sucked the life out of.
Yeah. Christina
Tali's-
cast inflict wounds on her, and
Oh.
then felt very guilty about it and ran off to Morgrave Manor.
Oh,
Yeah, but that's
true.
not what Tali thinks that magic is.
Yeah,
No, you don't have the context of felt very guilty because
Yeah. Okay. So that's where we got to. Okay. Yeah. So aberrant
Lovely.
magic. Cool. Okay. Back. You can continue.
and you just hear the final thing you hear Edvard say. I think your friends might be a little more potent than you had given them credit for, Esper.
Is that name familiar?
It's not a familiar name.
What's the
But
name?
you are you can tell that is the name he has given the crow, is Esper.
ESP.
ESPER.
Oh, that's my mom's name, but with an R.
Oh.
That's true.
And here she is! No.
Hey! Hi, Mom.
Does Charlie get any sense of like the relationship between these two people? Like, obviously, Splint's got like a more sort of like a boss relationship, but is there a familial relationship?
Sure. Roll me an insight check.
17.
17. Your first instinct is that like this is a boss and an underling. But the more it
Yeah.
goes on, it almost seems like the way Splint's talking, there's a sort of glee to it, like almost like he's got a one-upmanship on her.
Ooh.
And it makes you start to wonder if maybe they are maybe
Rivals.
equal ranked in the in the messes. And Splint is delighting in the fact that
Yeah.
Esper has misjudged you lot.
Interesting. Okay.
It's like, yeah, archetypical Imperial forces from Star Wars. That's nice. That thing, no.
They all wear white and black
Yeah.
uniforms, and yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that all I get from that?
That is all you get from that.
Okay.
They start talking other details, but it's not important. Like the conversation doesn't just end; like they continue talking, but there's some sort of back and forth happening between them. But, at the very least, we'll say that's as much as you get your turn. You can continue to eavesdrop more if you want on a subsequent turn.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay. Yeah, well, I just wanted to finish off moving, so that was 5. That's about 50. 55ish, 60. Basically, just catch up with the rest of the people.
He's just
The
gonna,
gang.
he's
Yeah.
just gonna
Yeah,
grab
'cause I
Chad.
don't want people to sort of be by themselves, because
That's fine.
Although we'd probably stay here so Christina could see.
Yeah.
Where we've
Where you're
gone.
going. Cool. Brask, it's now your turn.
No, the maneuver.
Yeah.
Chad is
The
poised,
maneuver.
crossbow ready, pointing in the direction of an agent you can't see quite yet.
Love that we've sort of in such a farce that we've gained some notoriety by accidentally being murderers so much.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's just very funny
all
to
I've
me.
ever wanted.
Okay. So yeah, Chad was looking up at me. He was doing all his hand signal stuff that we've established in the last session. Neither of us understands anything when we do that. It just seems to have worked so far.
Somehow you have its inherent knowledge. Yeah.
So obviously he's raised his crossbow, so
Yeah, you know there is a
can
target
I
to take down.
was gonna say, do I read can I check if I read the intention of the crossbow raise? Like I basically want to figure out, does Brask get that Chad is like going, I'm ready, or is he going, oh damn, there's a guy, like panicking like someone's advancing?
I mean, like as you establish, you fully understand each other's movements in this moment. You
Okay.
are aware that Chad has spotted a guy, but this is not a panic. This is a, this is a takedown. He's waiting for you to make the first move, so he'll take him
Cold
down.
hard killer.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Correct.
Oh me, oh my. Okay.
Chad's
How are we gonna do
guy.
this then?
Sorry.
That's the question.
Now the thing is, obviously,
Gotta
you can't
figure
see who he's pointing to, so yeah.
I trust him.
Yeah,
Blind
no.
trust at this point. I'll just
Oh, lovely.
I'll just yeet myself in a direction and see what I find.
Yeah.
You just
think-
direction yeet.
We get 2 attacks at this point, right?
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Roll 5.
So, the only thing I'm wary of is trying to do this in a way that's not too noisy. Actually, no, I'm not. Brask doesn't care about that stuff.
Oh no.
He's inherently quite stealthy, just naturally.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be the plan. Brask is going to move into the doorway. He's going to
gonna go like
Dragon
this.
Fang at the messer that was eating their lunch, and then immediately recatch Dragon Fang and do it again.
Excellent. So yes, move yourself in a
Boom,
position.
But like,
where you-
but the second hit will be getting me sort of level with the guy. Like, so what? The first one is like on the way.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so start making your way round that way.
Badass.
And
I love it. Hello.
Boom. Now we can attack him. The first one.
I rolled a hit.
What was the...
Chad, do you wanna take your shot when Brass makes the first move?
Yeah, I'll take it in between his two actions. then.
So yes, Brass, go first.
20.
20 will hit. Roll damage. Number 6.
And that's 6 damage.
You do
he's
6
dead.
damage.
Imagine.
You hear this guy sort of just go, he sort of drops his cigarette and he gets hit by the boomerang. You see he's starting to turn to see you. And Chad, you can take your shot. Yeah, roll a hit.
Oh, goodness gracious, that's a 7 to hit.
7. You can see this guy panics and starting to stand up. A crossbow bolt hits the wall behind him and just shatters. And you can see you can literally hear him like inhaling, starting to raise a yell. Rouse, you can take your second attack.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for his throat as well. I'm gonna stop this yell.
Of course.
Roll to hit.
13.
13 does hit.
Hey!
No, sorry, I'm sorry. A 13 does not hit.
Oh, I preferred it when it did.
Yes, I got something more around. Yes, as his armor class is a 14.
Okay.
No!
Fantastic.
In that case, off the back of the first hit, can I use my gathered swarm? Use my bees.
You would have to set
20.
that time.
Oh.
I will
Okay.
say, however, unless you've used the charges on it, your boomerang obviously can fire it again on the bonus action. Unless you've used that map today.
Okay. No, I've got 0 of 2 charges left.
Yep, so you still have the bonus action. You can do one last
Use
throw.
0 of 2 charge.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go for it.
So like you throw the boomerang, you see it this time. He sort of like starts to.
20 again.
Oh, there we go. Roll to hit. Roll damage.
And that is 8 points of damage this time.
Are you using your bees this time?
And then I will follow it up with my bees to take an additional d6 of piercing damage from my swarm. So that's 8 plus 4. So 12 points of damage.
That is enough to take him down.
Oh.
So what I imagine happens is
Oh.
almost like you throw the boomerang and actually it misses and it hits the wall, kind of similar to the crossbow, as he turns his head. But this was a distraction, and the bees come up and start swarming over him.
Great.
Yeah, and you see him swatting at it, and it's just this kind of panicked moment, and just hits the floor very quickly. And with one last strike with the boomerang, you take him down.
As his final breath leaves his body, I want to move to him and essentially like catch him before he hits the ground as well.
I'll let you do that.
And just sort of gently place him as if he's napping on the bench.
Yeah, I'll let you do that. He has obviously got these welts starting to swell up on him where the bees have stung into him, but you do just place him back on the bench, and I imagine like stamp out his cigarette just sitting there burning on the floor.
And then I want to just peek around the corner to Chad and go, ah.
Yeah.
Lovely.
You do that. You peek around the corner, Chad, and then you start obviously like you take in the actual room itself. Roll me a perception check if you kind of take in this room.
Perception. Oh, that's a natural one.
Natural one.
I did this whole thing with my eyes
This is
closed.
a room.
Funny enough, this in a weird way kind of works. You're trying to like listen out into the like, you can see from here. There's a doorway. There's a door below you. There's a few doors around, and you're trying to listen out. Your attention almost gets sucked out of this kind of situation because the graffiti I mentioned that Chad saw, those sort of red paint marks. You recognize it. It's not graffiti. There's this thing they're called claw marks, and it's something that Draken, like hunters and wilderness men, they scratch into trees to warn of a Draken. And you just see painted here across all the graffiti, essentially is a symbol that tells you that shelter and food can be found at the large tree on the river.
Shelter and food can be found where?
Shelter and food can be found
Large
at the
tree on the
large
river.
tree on the river.
Oh.
And you're just like, this is a message that's literally the Draken in your swamps write this to tell other Draken diver, like, be careful or something, or where to find shelter and food.
Yes.
And it is written here in paint, but in this tunnel in the middle of the city.
Interesting.
And that's
Was
just
it
like
the last tree in the river?
the big tree, the large tree near the river.
Large
tree.
tree.
Hmm.
Interesting.
I'll put the little bits.
That is
into our
very
commentary.
sus. I don't understand why this would happen, but it's very interesting.
Yeah, no, it's like, and then it completely throws you for a second,
Yeah.
rather than like it sucks you out of this moment as you witness this. Cool. And also, that's into your turn at that point.
Yes.
Cool. Up next, it is Christina.
Hey. Hello.
What are you doing?
So what I was doing was going to go listen to that conversation that was happening. So I'll probably try and get a bit closer.
Yep.
See if I can hear anything else.
Sure.
See that moving.
Yes, sorry, I forgot I had to move through. It's fine.
Where Tally is, right?
Yeah, do you want to go to where Tali is, or do you want to go beyond that? Like, you are obviously disguised as a messer. Do you want to try and walk out in the open,
true.
or do you want to sort of still hang back with your friends?
I probably want to go a bit closer because I don't want to
Okay.
don't want to look sus.
So I'll keep moving. You tell me where you want to end up on the map. So like, there's that point there, which is still kind of close to Tali, or would you like to go further?
Probably like a few steps further where Tali is.
And I'm all like there.
Yeah, let's go there.
The only thing about that place there is you can't see the office
Hmm.
that everyone's in question. So would you keep going to your point you saw the office?
Yeah.
But there's a guy.
There is a guy, but you are disguised. So yeah, you're getting closer to a guy. You can sort of vaguely see a guy as well. So
You're
would you
Pixel
continue moving
art.
forward, or would you stay where you are?
Keep going forward.
So I'll put you, like, we'll say here. At this point, you can see parts of the office. And we'll say you hear the same conversation that Tali has heard. Because, again, these sort of things happen simultaneously. So you hear them talking about Nura, you don't know that name, but has been tortured and interrogated, was attacked with aberrant magic, and then stabbed in the neck, is what you
So
hear
I
them say. But very similar to, I imagine, to what Will did, you're like, how would he know that? Like, this only happened, at most 20 minutes, half an hour ago.
Hmm.
And the only person who was alive to see it is you, Chad, and the woman who died.
Yeah.
But this guy knows.
Slug thing.
I wonder, based on that, could I maybe
it's
it's an Arcana check, see if I've come across any kind of magic that might.
Sure. Yeah, no, roll me an Arcana check.
9.
9. I mean, you're not sure. I mean, there is a very obvious thing, is you've just done it with a Creador. There is magic where you can send messages. However, with the message you sent, you had to actively say something.
Yeah.
Like, this messer agent, who you're understanding as Nura, she didn't send a message. She's not like she went, by the way, Splinter, I'm being tortured. But, so, you could imagine a possibility where maybe someone could do that without talking or something else. You're starting to wonder if that slug might have something to do with it, but there's nothing concrete. These are theories.
Yeah. My instinct is like something to do with the slug or like the greyness that the slug causes. Could I can see into the office, could I get a look at this guy?
Roll me a perception check. 13. You can vaguely make the outline of this guy. Again, it's kind of like warped, frosted glass. I'm going to say probably Tani and Pebble gave you a description of the guy they saw before, and it sort of fits that description. But you can't, you wouldn't, even if he was facing you, this glass the way it is, you wouldn't be able to see like the scar on his face or anything like that. It's too vague. But you get the impression that this is probably the guy that Tali and Pebble spoke about.
Yeah.
And then from the angle you are, that you can hear this woman, the crow Esper, but you can't make out any facial features or details.
Hmm.
Anything else you want to do in your turn? Where you're standing, you do sort of vaguely see that there's a guy around the boxes you're standing by who might have sort of clocked you.
I'm gonna go talk to him.
Okay.
Oh,
So
no.
you just walk up. You basically walk one further forward to talk to him, and you can see like he's looking over in the direction where the rest of your companions are. This is the guy who heard Chad crunch a glass, and he's like, "What was that sound over there?"
You know what sound? I mean, what?
There
did
was
you
a sound
hear?
of like smashing glass or something.
Smashing glass.
Like a bottle or something. Was that you? Did you step on it?
I might have stepped on something as I passed. You know how echoey the tunnels are. You just hear a pin drop, and you can never know what it could be.
Roll me a deception check.
Oh, what?
Mhm.
25.
25.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've got good deception.
Yeah. He's sort of like, these tunnels it's a miserable place. I can't wait till we get back to the fields of Ildan. Also, you should get some like honey or something for your throat. You're not quite sounding right, Pierre.
Oh no, I think.
Where did you say they were from?
Riverdan.
Oh.
It's in the fields of Riverdan.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, I can't. Not one for the dark myself. Anyway, speaking of honey, I was looking sustenance for the prisoners. It seems about that time. So just throw them a bit of gruel.
It's just like, are you going south? We don't usually feed them until we at least get them to Fort Arlington.
It's just one of the younger messers was just saying about, oh, maybe we should feed them, and was sort of pestering me, and so I was just nothing better to do.
Who is that? Was that Jacques? He's being pestered by the little one, the gnome? I mean, the other one we're torturing over there, and he sort of points vaguely to the west, like, we're just, he was being mouthy, so we slapped him down a bit. Does she need a slap as well? You can go get her. You've not had to go torturing any of these people yet. Do you wanna slap around the gnome?
I mean, I don't need anyone to come with me to come slapping them. I can perfectly capable of doing it myself.
Yeah, well,
Do it when I feel like it.
You go and show Jacques how it's supposed to be. Like, don't let Jacques be beaten around or messed around by one of these little things. Show him how they handle a miserable, hungry gnome. Just show how it happens.
Yeah, I can slap gruel in their face,
Yeah, that's what I'm
Give it
talking
extra
about. Yeah.
sting.
He gives you a pat on the shoulder. Like, yeah, exactly. He seems content that the bottle smashing is nothing to do with things, and yeah.
Mhm.
But you have obviously picked up that they are torturing the other one to the west.
Nice.
Assume
Also,
that some of us also hear that.
Yes, yeah, you all hear this conversation. Probably maybe even Brass will say that. No, Brass not, because you are still in a stupor. But everyone else hears that.
to go to the west then? Well, have I got any more moves?
You probably have also a little bit more, so you start making your way towards the west.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be the end of your turn. Cool.
Oh, thank goodness that went well.
Yeah. It would now be the guard's turn, but you managed to placate him, so he's not going to do anything. Pebble, your turn. So you have heard that as well. You've heard that they are torturing the other one somewhere to the west. Yeah.
So, instinctively, Pebble's gonna go. Is it normal? Like, is the west clear for us, or are we lost?
You've seen
Problem.
Chad and Brass take down someone to the west.
Right. Yeah.
and they haven't taken.
So-
Like, they're not continuing to fight anyone, so you can assume so.
So imagine that the west might mean where Brask is. So I'm just
Yeah.
gonna go where Brask is.
Yeah.
And just catch up. Oh, I was like, oh.
Yeah, you see this guy slumped on the chair, welts from bee stings, kind of look like that, and you see Brass sort of staring dumbfounded at the wall next to him.
Brask, is everything all right?
Rakan,
Oh,
we're
Ah.
here.
Oh, good. Later, they are torturing Bertrand. They say they are torturing Bertrand like this way, or.
I mean, you don't see anyone being tortured here, so you can see there's a door further west, so you wonder if it's maybe that way.
Brask is also just not listening, so his reaction is just.
Yeah.
Good.
That's nice.
I mean, I would suppose.
Cool.
Unai thinks that Bertrand is gonna be like this way, but Pebble, in the heat of the moment, doesn't realize. So, for Pebble, the west is that, like the immediate west.
Yeah.
So Pebble's gonna try to. I mean, Pebble doesn't know what to do besides. I mean, Pebble reads the exit sign, so.
Yeah, you see exit to the Blackhound
we
Bridge.
We don't want to go this way because potentially there's no messes there, like at all. Or is there like, is there another level before exiting?
You'd have to go and look at it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Pebble's gonna have a peep at the other end of the stairs, as stealthily as possible.
Yeah. So you make your way over to there. You start stepping up some of the stairs. Roll me a perception check.
Yeah. 1 second. Let me find my bearings. Yeah. Perception check. 13.
13. You're sort of staring up these stairs, and they just seem to go up and up and up, and eventually they seem to sort of turn and go back up again. And you get the impression like the tunnel up ahead is completely dark. You think this probably almost leads entirely up into the bridge somewhere.
Cool.
You don't think there's another level of this base. However, with a 13, the door to here. Comping it. This door here. You do hear the muffled sounds coming from the other side of it, the message, and going, "You stupid fat dwarf! Tell me what you know!" And you hear, coming from that room.
Okay. And I want to notify everyone that Bertrand is there, so I think like the end of my movement would be like somewhere here, it being like too generous, maybe.
Yeah. That's fine, I'll allow it.
And I'm like, I get, Tally's attention from there, I get Brask's attention, Chad's attention, not Christina, but I'm like, guys. Chad.
Good.
Yeah.
Cool. And that's your turn.
That will snap Brask out of his haze too, because that's the mission.
That's the
He's just
mission.
gonna,
Suddenly back in.
Eyes narrow. He's gonna look towards that door and just stand up, like, let's go kill somebody.
Chad, it's your turn.
It is my turn. Chad's in a bit of an awkward situation. Obviously, climbing back down is potentially going to cause some noise, and there are other people here.
Gotcha.
But Christina is like
I'll just jump off.
Christina is like a nice. But Christina is like a nice decoy for any noise at the moment.
Potentially, as long as Christina could maintain the rouse.
Yeah.
I'll just be extra clumsy.
I knocked a box over.
It's so dark.
Oh my god, silly me! Bye.
Are there like rafters, or like is there anything ceiling wise?
There probably would be rafters, but the ceiling is about another 10 feet above you. Like this is a large warehouse you're in.
That's absolutely fine. My stupid idea is I've got 50 feet of hempen rope.
Yeah.
To sort of swing down from here, rather than climb down. Would probably, by the time I'd be making noise, I'd be in the room that I'm trying to get into. And I'm already high up, and potentially that might work. how would I go about?
I'll tell you what. I want. So the rafter is probably too high, but there's a possibility. There's a way out. There might be like a hook or something hanging.
Yeah.
Roll me a perception check, and I'm going to say if you can roll a 13 or higher, there's going to be a hook which is going to be perfect for this.
Excellent. There is not a hook that's perfect for this. That was 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there is no hook.
Chad's just gonna climb down.
Okay.
In that case, so he's gonna climb.
I mean, you can ask
Climb
for
down
help
if he's
from
on
your
here.
mates.
Directly down.
Yeah.
Directly down there.
So first of all, athletics check. We'll start with that.
Yep.
Or acrobatics if you try to do it with a flare.
8.
8. Okay. Cool. Now make me a stealth check.
6.
Okay.
Fantastic.
There is a. You start to climb a box, and the boxes you climbed up were very weighted and heavy. Turns out the boxes you're on now not as heavy, and you start like pull your full weight, and the box just goes, "Whoa!" and you just hit slap onto your back. A box lands on you. There's a.
Jesus
You're gonna take a
Christ.
little bit of damage as
dear.
the box lands on you.
Tali just face palms.
Yes.
You take 2 points of
Yeah,
bludgeoning
I'll do
damage as a box hits
Oh
you,
God.
and yeah, the box rolls off to the
Oh,
side.
this is great. This is
Um,
fantastic.
Can I, in that moment of panic, can I try and make a cat sound?
Yes, I'll let you
Meow.
do you can do a deception or a performance check. Yes.
Right. Okay. Cool. They're the same. I'll do a performance check.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give you. I'll set this one up because this one feels quite poignant. For this to work, you're gonna need to roll a 15 or higher.
Fuck.
19.
No! The
Chad, you surprise yourself in that you've learned something about yourself right now, and that you're surprisingly good at animal impressions. This is not a skill you've ever attempted or known about, but you just sit there, you hit the ground, and you go, meow.
Pebbles like,
And you're like, kind of shocked to yourself. You're like, oh, that's pretty good.
yeah.
It's just go.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Sure.
Excellent.
Yeah, there was a very convincing sound of cat somehow escapes your mouth. But you are still prone on the floor. So, anything else you want to do with your turn? Like,
Yes. Well, yeah. So is that? So if I've just gone down 10 feet
Yeah.
and I'm prone,
so
and I'm now
technically,
prone, does that mean I've used up 20 feet of my movement?
no. So you fell, so you didn't actually use any of your movement. You just fell.
Okay.
But standing up takes half your movement. So basically, you'll be able to only move 30 foot this turn. So 6 squares.
That's absolutely fine. I would like to get up and then I'm going to move.
Past Pebble. You're gonna
Scamper away.
Scamper away
Pebble.
into. So that's 15 feet.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go another 1, 2, 3, another 15 feet.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
In fact, just so I want to get out of the eye line of the guy who's at number 8. I'm there.
That's very nice.
Yeah, you basically run around the corner and tuck yourself into the wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Oh.
Cool. All right. So, and your turn.
Yeah.
This brings us back to the top of the round, but I think it's a pretty good place to take a break as we're getting to the sort of more to the crux of what's going on. You think you have found where maybe Bichard is. You've overheard some conversations. I think this is an excellent place to have a break. So yes. So we will be back. Should we say 10 past?
Yeah.
Do 10 past.
Sounds good.
All right. See you later.
See you in a bit.
Bye.
Bye.
And we're back. So
Oh my
our
god.
adventure continues once more with Tali. It's your turn.
Yes, my turn. I'm ready. So Tali is gonna move. So I'm guessing that like they've heard the commotion with Chad and Brask murdering somebody.
You've heard a lot. You've heard commotion with Chad and Brass murdering someone. You've
Yeah.
heard Pebble saying Chad's over here, and you've heard Chad's exquisite, excellent cat impression.
Good. Is it double movement to get through a space?
Wait to the play.
Yes.
convinced that actually there was a cat.
So
Yeah.
2024.
Well,
wait,
there's also a
20
cat
saying
somewhere.
something and
wait, so
I lost it.
so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30?
Well, if you're 25, it would then be.
No, I was 20 here. So, or, no,
Yeah,
I was 15 here.
Yeah, 30.
Wait, I'm so confused. Okay, 30, whatever, half my movement. See dead person, 35. Spare the dying.
Yeah.
So she's gonna like basically just like move, bring out my way, and she's gonna sort of kneel down like next to the bench and then sort of put her hand sort of like above sort of the body, and then kind of like whisper a few words in celestial, and then her hands will like glow.
Yeah.
And she's not sure if it's gonna work, but she's gonna try.
Hey.
You watch as Tiny does the equivalent of defib on this guy who's there bleeding out, kind of drifting in and out of consciousness and slowly fading. Tiny comes out, their hands glow into this man's chest, and there's this sort of peaceful sigh as his eyes close and his body slumps into a restful state. But you can see that the blood stops pouring out of his wounds.
Blood goes like back in. Oh, no.
Not quite, but he does stop
Alright.
pouring out his wounds, and you can see this sort of slow, shallow, but I guess calm breath starts to take hold as he is brought to unconsciousness, but not to dying anymore.
Ooh, nice.
And then she'll say it would be in celestial, but I think Chad actually understands that. So she would hear her say like, Tali is grateful it's not your time yet. And then she'll kind of stand up and like, nobody hurt him anymore, okay? We don't need to kill everybody here, and this person, he might have information. Let's just leave him. He's unconscious. They won't be coming around anytime soon, so we can just leave him. And then she'll just
Okay.
walk. So 35, so I guess 40, 45, 50.
Yes. And you being in this room now, especially with your passive perception, Tali, you can hear through that door ahead of you the sounds of someone. Stupid fat dwarf! Tell me what I need to know.
Oof.
And
And yeah,
muffled.
she'll say as she walks like, let's get Butchard.
Yeah. Correcto.
Cool. Up next, it is Brask. As you've been snapped.
Oh,
up,
yeah.
you've seen Tali essentially resuscitate this man next to you. But yes, you are aware that Brask, not Brask, Butchard is in the room ahead of you.
Yep. Brask doesn't really get the whole I just killed this guy so you can save him kind of thing, but sure, whatever.
I mean, honestly, Brask might not even realize he's been resuscitated. He's like, alright, he's dying. Cool.
Lol.
True.
Big lol.
The way he's not moving now, so that's fine.
Not my problem anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I got bigger fish to fry, and they're called Butchard.
Hey.
So Brask is gonna
Yeah.
go up to the door.
Yep.
Listen up against it.
Mhm.
Basically try and pick out a moment. Gonna try and identify sort of two things. One, how many people are in there,
Yeah.
and two, where they're at, like if they're close to the door or not.
Sure.
Just
roll me a
what he's
perception
after.
check.
Perception.
He's got a big old 23.
Wow.
23, excellent.
Very good.
Okay, so
Ah.
you hear more than the muffled conversation you were hearing before. You just hear this guy going, "Tell me what you know about foreigner," and just slaps and get you hear. Ugh! But listening to the room, it does sound like there is just two people in there, whoever this torturer is, and the torturee. But it doesn't sound like they're close to the door. It sounds like they're maybe on the opposite side of the room.
The torturer and the torturon.
Did you say
Sorry.
I mean, what I want to know about
Foreigner.
What?
Like foreigner, but foreigner.
See, this is the problem with me having a lisp and then writing th words.
Oh,
Thorinor. Foreigner.
Oh, foreigner. Okay.
Adam can't do the th sound very well, so it comes out as like a f, but it's
We
just
know
yeah,
if you-
foreigner.
Did everybody hear this or just Brass?
Just Brass, because Brass put his ear right against the
That's
door.
fine. That's fine.
Brass is the only one who knows that for now.
Okay, so it sounds like there's quite a big room inside. There's just can only hear evidence of two people.
Yeah.
Ask is gonna sort of look back at Chad, Tali, and Pebble and be like, "Okay, we're all here. Christina's off doing her own thing.
Well, I mean,
Ask might not even be sure
not her turn
Christina's
yet.
should even be here. Actually, he's not,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
not interacted with her since she
You-
appeared, so
Yeah,
it's fine by
you're
him. As far as
not
he's
aware.
concerned, everybody's here.
Yeah.
Lol.
The whole crew's here.
But Brask is gonna he's up against the door. He's gonna look back at everyone. Remove Dragon Fang.
Tally's gonna face
He's gonna
back.
try
The guy might have information, so if we don't kill him, we can ask him why he wants Bachard.
Not killing is the new killing.
I will only cut off his limbs. Ooh.
As long as he doesn't die, then we can try and understand why Bachard's in danger and maybe stop this from happening in the future.
Brask is gonna he's got Dragon Fang in his hand, and he was ready to go. And he's like, no killing. Fine.
Good.
It will hurt.
Alright. Yeah,
And
sure.
then Brask is gonna, stealthily as he possibly can, sneak the door open, sort of peek his head through.
Yeah, roll me a stealth check. You are good at these, so it should be
I'm
fine.
very good at these. That was a 27.
Wow!
Shit!
Christ.
So much stealth!
Yeah.
You push the door open, and you see revealed before you. Well, essentially, it's almost like a side warehouse, a smaller room full of boxes and crates, and you can see this man, which is kind of back or side turned to you, the truncheon, and is smacking someone, and you can just about see what must be a sort of short, stout figure in a chair. It's being kind of backed around by this wall of boxes, and it's just beating them with this truncheon. Just tell me what you know. Ugh.
Okay, and I can go about 15 feet more, right? I think. So Brask is gonna essentially go for the exact same thing he just did to this dude on the chair. So quick, as many quick attacks with Dragon Fang as possible.
Yep.
And
Go for it.
these, but only
Well-
for not to kill him, I guess.
So
Lethal ranged attack, though.
here's the thing: in D&D, you can do non-lethal attacks. They have to be melee. Ranged attacks cannot be non-lethal.
Let's just
That
say,
said,
yeah.
you could try and do essentially what Tali has just done and stabilize the guy after you've killed him.
Alright,
Up to you. But realistically,
we'll play it by ear. See how much damage we do with each one.
because the tricky part is you can't, with your movement, you couldn't get up to him.
Yeah, so it has to be ranged.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go to here.
However, your first attack you'll have advantage on because he doesn't know you're there. So this is a sneak attack,
stupid.
How's
effectively.
that even possible? Yeah.
You rolled a 23 on the door
Alright.
opening. That's how it's
Yeah.
possible.
27, man.
27
Great,
even better.
that's
Yeah.
great.
7.
I'm not complaining.
Just maybe I should just keep going and just over the next few turns, just
Yes.
right up behind him.
Yes.
Bum, bum.
Literally right in front of him, and then you go.
Hello.
Very much video game vibes.
Just as he's beating him, just creeping the frame
He goes to raise
Yeah.
the truncheon to hit Bachar, and you just hold the truncheon that's my friend. Boom.
Ah.
Anyway,
Stop hitting yourself.
what a wonderful world that would be if that's what we were in.
Let's roll to hit then. Oh,
Yes. So you have
first one's
advantage.
7.
You have advantage.
Okay, so the first one's a 7. Second one is
No,
Wait, that's the
25.
first one with
five.
the first
Yeah.
attack, second
That was the
roll.
first attack.
The
So
second
25.
roll on the first attack was 25. So
Yes.
we hit him.
Roll
And
damage.
stupid face.
Roll damage.
9 damage that
9
time.
points of damage.
Wow.
That's number 7.
Ooh, I just had a idea.
You
What?
watch as this guy is almost thrown into the boxes. He raises the truncheon
Embedded.
basically, and as he raises, the boomerang kind of hits him under the arm, and he just goes boom, knocks to the side. And it's what the fuck? That's his first attack.
I'm gonna immediately use my bonus action instead of my second attack. I'm gonna use Gathered Swarm to bring him to me. Move
Very
him up
nice.
to 15 feet.
Very
Okay.
nice.
Does it take your bonus action to do that?
Very nice.
You can do it for free after your attack.
Turns.
I think you just do it when you attack, don't you?
Oh yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's just for free.
Well,
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
better.
So
Perfect.
he's got to succeed on a Strength saving throw of 12
Well, let's find out what he gets.
to not get killed.
Well, you'll be pleased to know he got a 5. He got a 5. So he basically gets thrown into this wall. It's like, what the fuck? And then a bunch of bees just gather. It's like, what? No! And he gets pulled towards you. How far?
Right into my face. 15 feet.
Oh yeah, it's just like, what the fuck? It just gets
Couldn't be more
The
perfect.
child is like,
sucked along. It's almost as if the boomerang hits him, and then when it returns, the boomerang just brings him
Nice.
with. It feels like that. It's very strange. But he's just there, like, oh. He looks up at your imposing form, like,
hello.
shit.
Brask is just gonna look at him, smile, and then take a big bite out of his shoulder area. But that's melee, so I can do it
Non-lethal
without
bite.
Yeah,
lethal.
a non-lethal bite. Yeah, okay. Roll to hit. You don't have advantage this time because he's very aware
It's
of you.
okay. Brask got 22.
That will hit,
Need it.
however.
He's having a great day.
Roll damage.
Damage is 2 points of piercing damage.
Funny enough, he only had 2 HP left.
What?
So, it's exactly what you needed. So what happens is, imagine like you go to bite him, and you're like, Tali said don't kill. But as your jaws are open, like almost like around his head, he just passes out like, ah!
You just catch him by the scruff of the neck and just turn to Tali like, da.
Like, yeah, good job, bro.
And then sort of toss him forward onto the ground. Like, there you go.
He takes 3 points of damage and dies. No. Yeah, you just chuck him on the floor. Well done.
That was fun.
You can hear some like panting and sighs of relief from the figure who's been tortured. But cool, that's your turn, Brask.
That was
It's
fun.
now Christina's turn.
Hey.
You can see this guy who just like looks at you and hears the crashing noise. Like, did you hear that? That's a huge cat, right? We should look into that.
Oh.
That must be massive.
Yeah, that does seem a bit suspicious, doesn't it? Like, I know there's, like, little pussy cat is one thing, but a big cat... No. Not good, is it? Not very good at all. I once had a cat. I mean, it was, like, only a ginger cat, but it was, like, pretty... It was pretty large, because I just, like, it just really, really enjoyed the fish that I used to fish at the river, right? I used to get carp and salmon and cod. It's like my cat's favourite was cod because it was like the smelliest and all this. Anyway, I mean,
It sounds like a pretty privileged cat, I'll be honest.
oh yeah, he had the most cute little face, and like I used to put him in a little hat and boots because I thought, yeah, that's a great outfit for a ginger cat, isn't it? I did think about giving him a little rapier, but then I thought that's a bit much. He's got claws anyway, so like, why would I give him a weapon when he can grow his own sword on his paws, not fingers?
Roll me.
Obviously, doesn't have fingers.
Roll me a deception check. This is to see if you can essentially distract him from the giant stray cat he's heard.
This is not going to go well, is it?
Wow, we don't know.
You are good at these.
13.
13. You can see he was looking like trying to excuse himself from this conversation and looking at the cat. And you kind of talked. His attention turned more and more to you. Like, I mean, have you got any pictures? I gotta see this cat now. I want to see the hat and the boots. And he starts walking towards you, just like, come on, you must have a picture or something of you.
Oh well, I mean, it's such a precious cat to me. I wouldn't want to carry pictures around, but I wonder if I could draw it for you. Do you happen to have like some parchment and a quill? I'm quite a good drawer. In fact, I studied drawing at school because I thought I was really good at sports. I was so good at sports. I thought, I need to diverse my skills a little bit. Otherwise, if I get too good at sports and like wrestling people, then I'm just not going to be a very worldly person. So I taught myself to draw. So I could probably give you a really accurate sketch of my cat in his little boots and hat.
Great.
You see, he sort of looks at you, looks over his shoulder back to the office, like confirms that they're distracted, and then he just grabs what is clearly some sort of shipping document and like a pencil, and just kind of comes around the corner. He's like, "Yeah, quickly, join with the cat. I need to see this.
I just like, what?
This guy continues to be distracted.
No, come
by,
on.
Amazing.
by
Yeah,
Christina.
And he's out of sight from the studio
Yeah, yeah.
office thingy.
Yeah,
Oh,
he essentially sort of like is tucked around the corner so that they can't see what you're doing.
it's
As you
time.
deface important documentation. Cool. Anything else you want to do your turn, Christina?
I mean, I've got a draw now, so
Put him
what
to
else
sleep.
am I gonna do?
Put him to sleep.
Silly question.
You could use your hero moment.
She already
if you
used it.
want. Oh, did she? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
What did I even use it on? I use it on to like climb onto the train.
Yeah, use it as a stealth check to climb onto the train platform.
That's
Well,
that's a good use.
I
of it.
am.
I will
on
say,
it.
give me a performance check to see how well. Because it's not just drawing this cat; it's also trying to trying to do it in such a way that you're laboring the moment to kind of the theatrics of it to maintain his distraction. So
I started drawing the cat, but I'll do a performance check anyway. 15.
15, yeah.
Oh.
So you you are drawing a cat, and you know how to draw a cat, but you're doing it in such a way you're like explaining the importance of the brush stroke, the pencil stroke, and this kind of pencil, you can do this with this, and you're almost showing off your artistic skills as you're drawing the cat. So you're really stretching this out, and you're giving you options do you want to see him in the bowler hat, or do you want to see him in the? And you're kind of just telling him about all the different options you have.
This is beautiful.
Cool, so that's your turn. Once again, the guards are not distracted right now, so they're not doing anything. Pebble, it's your turn.
Yes. 1 second.
You've obviously heard the commotion going
I
on
see,
behind
I mean,
you. Basically, for you kind of hear brass behind you doing some stuff, but you're almost enamored by what Christina's doing. You're like, what is
I want to see the
going
cat.
on?
1 second. 1 second. One sec. Sorry. That would be too powerful. Because I'm alright. I'm seeing that, so the master agent is not seeing me.
Yes, they're not
but
seeing you.
this is an opportunity to sort of put that master agent to sleep, isn't it?
Could be.
In a way. So.
You'll never get to see the cat drawing finished.
Yeah, damn it.
That's what you're doing.
But the only spell I have is Chaos Ball, and Chaos Ball would cause such a ruckus. I'm not gonna. I see that Christina has got everything under control. But well, yeah, for now.
For now is long enough. It's a turn at least. So yeah, you don't necessarily have to do anything about this Mr. Agent. You can obviously leave this in Christina's clearly capable hands.
Yeah, definitely. So Pebble's
if it helps, Chad would definitely. Chad is absolutely taking what Christina is doing as a sign that we should get this guy in the back.
Oh,
of course, Chad is.
Yeah, and he'd sort of be looking at a Pebble and assuming that Pebble has thought the same thing.
I imagine you holding up the crossbow, pointing at the guy,
okay.
Pebble, you are an impressionable young man, but you can choose. Don't let will influence you necessarily. Here. What do you know?
Absolutely,
what to do?
I just wanted to make it clear, just in case
I
that helps
understand.
the
yeah. What do you and I want to do?
Pebble's gonna look at Chad, ready with the crossbow. Pebble's gonna look at his crossbow. He's gonna look back at Chad. He's gonna go Chad. He's just gonna leave Chad to his whatever he's doing. How much can I move per turn?
12 squares.
How much is that in feet?
That is 120.
Oh wow, that's a lot. Chad, I don't know how to. 1 second.
No, sorry, 60 squares.
Right.
60 feet.
Cool. So
100 feet.
8,000 feet.
Wow.
Omnipotent, you're everywhere.
I moved towards Brask, right?
Yeah.
Is that all right? Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
And I'm well done.
Yeah.
Well, do I? Does Pebble notice that the Mesa is just.
Yeah, you see the Messer laying on the floor. Like he died from not died. He went unconscious from shock. He's passed out, just like on the floor.
Good. Well, Pebble is on the way to Burchard. Pebble's
Mm-hmm.
priority is obviously Burchard. Also, why does Burchard's token not have a name? Underneath.
We don't know who it is yet. It might not be Butcher.
Yes, true. That's very
Grand reveal.
correct.
Okay, so that's your turn. Chad, it's your turn. You've been abandoned by your brother-in-arms. Brask is gone.
Yeah.
Pebble couldn't be persuaded to engage in dangerous activities with you.
Lovely.
Okay. Chan sort of hearing what Christina's doing and sort of looking back around the corner.
Oh, I'll tell you what. While you're there, Chan, actually, I probably should
Yeah.
use Pebble as well. Just roll me a perception check because you have a really good vision of the office from there.
Oh,
That's a good point.
a frosted good vision of the office.
9.
9. Okay.
Wow, it's an office.
You clearly see two people. This character, Splint, who you've not met but had described to you, and you imagine it's them. And you can see, like, although it's like it's kind of fuzzy glass, you can see the body of the crow. There's this sort of female leather-clad figure. The one thing you do notice, however, despite the fuzziness, you can see that they clearly don't have their mask on.
Oh.
You can see that there is sort of you can see skin and hair, but you don't make out enough details to anything further than that. But their identity is currently revealed, although not clear enough to you.
Oh, he says it's like frosted glass as well.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Okay.
They are pixelated as well.
Yes, that's
It's
the
very
one.
much like
Outside of your render distance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chan gets two attacks. Is that 2 actions?
No, well, it depends. So attacks, you can substitute attacks for things like grapple or shove attack. But it's a little bit limited. So you can make 2 attacks, and there's some things you can then substitute attacks for. But what are you thinking?
Yeah.
Let's talk it through.
I'm thinking I wanna. Chad's gonna have a much better time of inflicting a lot of damage on this guy melee. But also wants to. It's very, probably can't do as much damage as. Yeah, I'm just trying to think the best way of dealing enough damage and also not causing too much noise.
Yes.
Oh, Chad is actually. Can Chad try and get Christina's attention as subtly as possible?
You can try. What are you thinking? You got to find a way to get her attention without getting the guy's attention. And obviously, to paint it, they're both sort of backs turned to you, essentially like leaning on this sort of like pillar of boxes and drawing against it.
Yeah. Can I roll a stealth check just to see if it's worth trying to close that gap? Or was that's put.
There's a little meta gaming. So basically, if you commit to moving, I'll let you roll a stealth check. But you're moving. You're moving whether or not. You can't sort of roll a stealth check and then decide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say though,
Chad.
what works in your favour is this guy is distracted, so you would have a better chance. You'd have advantage on the stealth check. I'll give you that.
Would you just give me a flat roll on that?
Yes, for you it would be a flat roll, but every little helps.
No, Chad is sort of learning a bit. He's learning a bit throughout this whole process, and he's learning the value of
friendship,
of stealth and things, and he's sort of gonna try and compartmentalize his bloodthirst for the time being. Chad's actually gonna move to these doors to the
south.
To the south.
Yeah, that's fine. You can go that way.
Okay.
And it's gonna pop one of them open.
Kick them open. You're doing it stealthily. Boom. No, what are you doing? Stealthily? You listening first? You opening them? You kicking them down? Are you frozen?
I think he's frozen.
Yeah, he is very frozen. He's Elsa now.
Yeah.
I'll do ask it and try and open them up.
Hey,
Okay.
we lost you. Okay, good.
Now I can head. You want to open them
My bad.
quietly?
Yeah,
you're back.
Roll me a stealth
Yeah.
check. Roll me a stealth check.
See.
The check of the stealth.
Excellent. With my normal disadvantage, that's an 8.
Okay.
8. Excellent. So you do try and open the door, and it's kind of awkward. Like as you try to open it, you get your arm slightly caught on it, and your chainmail rattles. But you open the door, and luckily for you, there doesn't seem to be anyone immediately on the other side, so you get away with it.
Hey, lovely.
You reveal what appears to be like a corner and a long hallway. The doors to your
Interesting.
east, you imagine, lead back into that large warehouse you've been in. Going west, you'd wonder if that maybe curves back round to that door you opened previously, back on the platform. This could be like a quick way back to the platform. You don't know where
Yeah.
south would go.
Okay.
Sorry.
Chad is gonna head round down to the west. He's gonna see if there are any, because that was 20 feet.
Yep.
Chad's gonna move up that far. Basically, Chad wants to see if there is another door. Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to find out, if there was another door into that room that people have gone into there.
Yeah. Cool.
Good. That's my turn.
Cool. Right, then your turn. You watch as the figure and the seat just pulls themselves up, and you see not Bachard.
Damn it.
Oh,
You
man.
see this very
Boy.
rotund, bald dwarf. He goes, "Oh, thank you very much, sirs. Oh, he was giving me a right wallop, he was, but he weren't going to get to my secrets. No, he won't."
I love him already.
You just see this almost like round, this dwarf.
Oh.
Again, no hair, no beard. Obviously, both legs, unlike Bachard. You just see this. Yeah, he's wearing kind of like kind of slightly dirty clothes, but they are fairly well kept. So, I reckon I should be thanking you. My name is I'm Rumyard Tellis. A pleasure to meet you, sirs.
How do you spell Rumyard?
Rumyard.
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 Rumyard. Oh, I like him so much.
I
I'll
love
put it in
it.
chat. I'll put it in chat. I'll put his name in chat.
Just
for you.
put it on the stream.
Ask is immediately so furious he's not Bachard, he kills him.
No.
Oh.
Oh, they were trying to get some of my secrets, but I wouldn't let them have it. I wouldn't let them have it. He sort of puffs himself up. He sort of holds onto like some suspenders. He's got like, nope. I'm an impenetrable fortress of secrets. I am.
I love him so much.
And that's Rumyard's turn.
He's so impenetrable. I love him.
Oh my god.
It's about to top round. It's Tali's turn.
Tali's gonna go into the room with not Bachard. 15, 20,
Hey.
25.
Oh, hello there. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Shh. Just wait. You need to be a bit quiet if you don't mind, because there are the people who captured you are still here,
Except the ones we killed.
except the ones we killed.
Yeah, right. Sure. Yeah. No, I can keep it quiet. Yeah. No, I won't. I won't make a sound more. And he sort of touches his head to like do a salute. He's like, "Oh, that hurts." And you can see he's got like a big bruise. Oh no. Oh.
Who are you? Who are you?
Oh, I'm Rumyard Tellis.
Yeah, but who?
You mean you haven't heard of me? Oh, that's
What do you-
disappointing. That's disappointing. I will let specifically Pebble. You may roll me a history check.
Oh, all right.
For a very particular reason, that you are the only one here who might have heard of
History
this
check.
dwarf.
9.
9. The name sounds somewhat familiar to me. You can't quite place it in this moment. It's like, what? I'm the travelling chef, aren't I? Huh? He sort of holds as if that rings any bells. And like, no, honestly,
Oh.
I'm
from around here. So.
I'm an explorer. I go around the land trying to find ancient recipes and put them in my cookbooks to bring them back to the world. I've had many successful books, and that's when it twigs for you, Pebble. Like you have some of this guy's cookbooks.
Hey.
This is like a famous chef in this world. You've never met him before. And he doesn't look quite like. Imagine on the thing he's got like portraits drawn, and he looks like this very fine dwarf.
Yeah.
Right now, this is not the man you expected. And he's
Yeah,
seems very proud of himself.
Phil appreciates any kind of life form, really.
Yeah. It looks like
hey, oh my god, yeah, I have your books. I have some of your books.
he points like, "There's a fan," and I tell him, I say, "That's a lovely wooden spoon you got there." You can see like
Thank
one
you,
of your
sir.
belts.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Is he alienated by the fact that I'm a goblin now? Oh well, I mean now that I'm a goblin.
He doesn't seem to bother right now.
Oh,
Like, you're not sure if he's maybe like, you can see he's got a lot of head wounds. Like maybe he's concussed. You're not sure.
Oh,
Like, he's
no,
got like a
this is-
massive like swelling over one eye. Like he's not in a good state. So as of the moment, you being a hobgoblin has not bothered him.
Nice.
I don't mean. I'm glad you're safe. But we were actually looking for someone else that we know. Do you know if you're the only captive here?
Oh no, it seems disappointed that you're not looking for him. No, there was some others here, I suppose. There was a little gnomish lady.
Yeah.
She cooked like me, from what I understand.
Mhm.
I don't know where they put her. And then there was another dwarven fellow. He looked a bit,
Mhm.
kind of rough and tumble a bit. Gave me some bad vibes.
Did he have a peg leg?
That's the one, yeah.
Where is he?
I tried calling him Peggy. He did not like that. I'll tell you, don't call him Peggy.
Where is he? Did you?
Oh, I think they might have taken him to. I think there was an office. I think they had taken him there. Some sort of special treatment. I don't know who he is, but I don't know why. Why didn't Rumyard get special treatment, eh? Why didn't I get ears shoved with the boxes when he's going off and being interrogated by the big man?
Don't think you want to be interrogated by the boss.
I just want a bit of recognition. That's all I want.
Oh.
Honestly, Rumyard, tell us nothing. No.
Pebble seems to know who you are. So.
Yes,
I like you. You're good. You're good. We'll talk later.
Good.
You should probably. We should get out of here. Just it's not safe here.
That sounds like an excellent idea.
Hmm.
Which way's out? I had a sack on my head when I came here. I don't know which way's up, down. Are we still in? Is this still Old Han? You hear him mention another town's name.
Is that? But
No.
do I know that town?
Well, Pebble, you'd be aware of it, and also Unai would be aware of it. It's a town south. You've been there in previous games we've played.
Oh, but it's in another campaign. You mean?
No, it's still it's in the same country.
It's another
Oh,
town.
sorry, campaign. Yes,
Oh,
it's in
right.
this campaign.
In this
You haven't
campaign.
been there in this campaign,
Cool.
but it does exist. It's basically it's a small town to the south of Downbridge.
Nice.
Yeah, we're in Dowbridge.
I
Well, I
thought I
remember what
recognised.
happened in Old Han. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
I don't know.
I thought I recognised the smell. Should have known it. Should have known it. All my
So-
worst critics here, they've always hated my books. Hated them. They're out to get me,
Oops.
aren't they? They're out to get me. He just starts waffling
okay,
about.
so
critics and-
if we get you out of here, we have a pub where you could go and
Make you all a lovely dinner. What a brilliant idea! Yes, I think we can do that just right.
you're welcome to go there and rest, and maybe when we are back we can talk.
Sure, I'm more than welcome to talk as long as you don't try and get into my secrets.
Well, we just
Although, and he sort of twiddles a moustache he doesn't have. I'll tell you what, I am looking for an apprentice. And he looks in sort of vaguely your direction, Pebble.
Brass think he means him.
Go, Braska.
What do you say, Ryan?
I don't usually cook my food. I just sort of eat it when it's dead.
Well, you'll be delighted to hear some of the sort of prehistoric cultures of this land also ate food raw, and I have a whole cookbook dedicated to it.
There's a book.
And where there's a book,
I'll
there's a
sort you
will.
out. I'll sort you out. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'll get you sorted. I've got some lovely raw food dishes. It'll be brilliant. Don't worry. Don't worry. Right.
Not
he
worried
again.
anymore.
He puts his hands back in his breeches and like. So which way's out?
So you just and like Tali sort of beckons, I guess, to.
Yeah.
Is there? There's more of the room this way, or?
There's more room down that way.
Can we
But
inspect
spoilers.
a
This is
little
just a
bit?
door that leads you to the hallway where Chad is. So in terms of exits, you know obviously the tunnels you've been through, but there's also the stairs that say they lead to an exit.
Mhm.
Yeah, we don't know where the stairs go.
You haven't gone that way, no.
I mean, so I'll just because I can probably move up. So like, there's a door. Did we see Chad go around there? Like, do we know that's a way?
What's a yes?
Can I do
Um,
something very naughty and go like this and then back just to clear them up? That shadow
Oh, right,
area
sure.
was bothering.
That's fine. It's second
Um,
stream.
So
Yeah, that's
sorry.
fine.
Well, we don't know. Is there anybody? If Tali listens real good, is there anybody in the rooms? Sort of like, there's a loop, right? Are there anybody in those two rooms?
No,
Like here or here?
no, there's no one there.
So yeah, I suppose Tali can't actually get all the way there with her current movement, I don't think. But
No, that's fine.
I mean, this door should if you go out this door, it might loop back around, I think, to the main platform, and then you can walk. And the
Basically, I
tunnel
assume you're giving
will-
directions
will
You
end.
do
to the
your
tunnel,
Yeah.
the pub, and etc.
Yeah.
Alrighty then, I
Do you?
will.
Well, hold on. Do you Can you see in the dark very well?
I can indeed.
So you won't need a light or anything.
Oh, I shall be quite all right. Thank you very much. I didn't catch your name, in fact.
Me,
Yeah, you,
Tali.
Tarly. Well, a pleasure to meet you, Tarly, and I will meet you back at your pub.
The Five Fellows.
The Five Fellows.
Yep. Okay. But Tali's gonna kind of wait to make sure he gets out okay. To
Sure.
like.
Yeah, he starts making his way out of the room,
Yeah.
but it's not his turn yet, so.
Oh.
come back
That's
to that.
okay.
Anything else you want to do with your turn, Tarly?
I guess generally turn back to Brask and Pebble and be like, so sounds like Butchard's in the office.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we should maybe regroup. No. We should regroup and then make a plan because the person who almost single-handedly
Kill us.
beat us up is in there with somebody else who me and Pebble have seen. He's straight up murdered people.
Yeah, just like me.
Have I?
Yeah, but yeah, like people would be scared of you, we maybe should be a bit scared of him. So we should probably just talk about how we approach that office,
Good.
so we don't. Yeah.
I will break the window
Mm,
and jump through.
that is not correct.
I know,
Well-
Chad, you're not technically with them, but I'll say for the sake of ease, you can have a discussion together. We'll say you
What if? Do we know if the windows glass is reinforced? Like, can you break through it? It might be special.
Maybe.
They're criminals, right? Like, it's an important office.
I mean, from what the impression you've got of this place, Tarly, is that this wasn't built by the
No,
Messers.
it's
This is
repurposed.
repurposed.
Mm.
Okay.
It's unlikely to be that strong a glass.
Okay.
It looks more like it was built so that the managers of this this station can keep an eye on their the dock workers, station workers, without them seeing whatever goes on in the office. It's basically like a manager's office, but it's unlikely to be reinforced particularly. So chances are, Brask could probably break it.
We just break in and then fight them. Just like that.
Chad's gonna communicate that this corridor that he's currently in appears to probably run round to the south of the it might be there might be several ways in
The office.
to this office. And probably the best thing to do would be to coordinate for us to really come together as a team and learn team coordination stuff and have like a properly coordinated pincer movement.
Nice. Some people from the window, some people from the door.
There was a door on the platform, but I don't know how big the office is. I don't know if it leads directly in there or if it
Let's explore.
there's another room.
Worth a
But
shot.
maybe that could work. Yeah, we could split up to take a couple of angles.
Let's explore. Let's explore.
Yeah.
Let's explore.
Because we have to confront them, and the best way of doing that is for us to do it is to go in at the exact same time
Hey.
and do a proper breach
They grow up
from
so
we,
fast.
multiple angles.
We just want Bachar. Do we have to fight them? Can we? We want Bachar. Maybe there's some sort of way out of this peacefully.
Yeah, I think
assassination.
yeah. I think we're well beyond that at this point now.
Oh,
Tali.
Well,
They've
Chad,
been-
these people, they're from Riverdan. That's what they said, and you're from Riverdan. Is there not common ground you could, as Redanian citizens, could you not negotiate?
I see where you're coming from with that, but no, not with these specific people.
Do you know them?
I know of them, and I know that they. When you heard they called you and I out by specifically me by name when they stormed the Five Fellows.
Just to add one more thing to that, Tali, when you overheard the conversation in the office, Splint said Tradunifius' son as well. Just to add that in there.
Oh, okay.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
I think my father, script. I know my father has something to do with this, and that's not good.
Hang on, but if it's your father, then surely you're able to communicate with these people because they know your parent.
Daddy.
They're not gonna hurt you.
My
That's probably-
father is. My father spent a lot of time locked away in an office, meeting with people and coordinating things that I was never allowed to know about or see or directly have any influence over. All I know is that a lot of the wealth in my family was created by my grandfather's generation.
Uh-huh.
It was consolidated and kept by my father, and I don't think he necessarily did that in the most above board ways. These are not men that these are not people that we can negotiate with. Either they don't leave here or we leave here with them.
I'm not saying we walk in there with no weapons drawn. I'm just saying before we launch into a full-on fight, maybe we can try.
I think possibly what we've learned so far is that it's the value of keeping people alive. I think to be safest, maybe have the negotiations after we've established superiority in the room to give us the best chance.
Okay, yeah, I see your point. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
So is that the plan? We go from two angles. We try to just disarm them and
Yeah.
Pebble,
think
do you
so.
have any teleportation magic?
Aha.
Christina,
Yours. I have.
could you get Butchard out of there first thing, and then we would have Butchard, so would be no risk to him.
Hmm. Yeah.
Seen her in the room right now.
No, Christina is
No,
still
we
distracting
haven't.
the guy.
Yeah, she's still over there.
So I've
So Adam,
got.
can I insert Chad for what he said about not being involved with the messes and
Sure.
etc. 20, not natural.
20, okay. You believe Chad. Chad himself is not involved with them.
Okay.
He seems like you can tell he's making assumptions about his father's involvement. Like he also can't confirm or deny his father's involvement, but seems pretty convinced that his father must be. And there's almost like a resignation to it. It's not like he's proud of it, but
Okay.
this isn't. I can't remember who made the history check back in the day, but you're definitely getting the impression that the messes aren't someone that the Riverdanians are proud of, at least at large.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Chad would, and I think Chad would probably see Tali sort of thinking that over, and I think Chad would add into that is like, look, my father has sent these people. They will not show us any mercy,
If he
and they
sent,
haven't so far.
why would they send it? Why would they come after you? Did your dad want something from you?
I learned from an early age not to question my father's motivations.
So he just kidnap his own child and then have him killed for no reason?
I don't especially want to find out what my father is capable of.
Tali doesn't quite understand because parents are meant to love their children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Makes kind of sense.
Okay. So
Pebble, do you have teleportation magic you could use?
Well, I mean, Pebble explains that he's got vortex warp, but not like that because Pebble doesn't know. I mean, Pebble would say like, yeah, I mean, in my room, I've tried like suddenly since we were at the forest, like I've been able to do something where like an object like disappears and then reappears where I see it, but I don't know how large the object has to be.
So
And then
you
I
do
tried
remember
I
that-
tried using it with Helga as well, and I teleported or well teleported. I don't know.
but
It's
you
all very
did
confusing.
successfully get Helga out, which is the important part.
Oh yeah.
Are you able to do it again, do you think?
Yeah. I'm not feeling it. I'm overwhelmed, but I'm not exhausted.
Okay, then maybe that's like Chad said, we pin some maneuver. Maybe Pebble, your
I can do it twice more.
Pebble, your first thing you do maybe is go to Butchard and get him out of the room.
Yeah, if I see him, and I see another spot, if I see him and there's room where like and I see where we want to teleport,
Out of the room is where we want him to be.
maybe
If
one
possible.
second, one second. No. Does it have to be a small creature? No.
No,
Oh well,
just
no,
a
because I
creature.
did it with yeah.
You get to him, tell him, to leave, how to leave, teleport him out, and
Yeah,
then he can.
yeah. We can do
What's
that.
quite fun about this spell is that there is no size limit. Like you could do this to a dragon.
Amazing.
They have to save against it if they're unwilling, but you could essentially
Wait.
teleport a dragon.
Does
But
it have
that's
to
the
be a
sign.
creature?
It has to be a creature,
Damn it.
or I think an object maybe. I'd probably allow, even if it's fine. But yeah, you could teleport something massive, a massive creature if you wanted to. But yeah, that's distracting from the point. Carry on.
Can I teleport the entire underground station somewhere else?
No.
Imagine.
No.
Wait.
Pulled the bad guys away.
Yeah. Actually.
Or that, If you could do multiple, yeah.
No, I mean the idea of vortex warp though is that they appear. Whatever you teleport appears somewhere that you can see. That's the problem. So that's why I couldn't teleport the station, obviously, because I am in it.
Yeah.
So I only see this station.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pebble
So
sort
that-
of
that-
explains this. Yeah.
So yeah, sorry, like, is that a plan then, Pebble? Can you do
Yes.
that? And then
Let's do it.
Okay.
Pebble is determined. Pebble is filled with determination.
So,
Is-
go on, Will.
So I was going to say, and is that the signal then
Which? Well, oh well, yeah.
for us to go in? If we're all going to go in from different places, we won't have line of sight.
I mean, we have to investigate because we don't know if we can enter. I mean, I don't know. We can see the window. Then we saw from the platform and for, like another possible entrance, and then the where Chad is now. But we don't know if they lead directly to the office. We don't know if there's gonna be more messes.
Yeah.
So I mean, do we
Well-
stay together first and then?
Well, what I was going to ask Adam is obviously with Christina currently kind of still actively distracting person, we can't sort of like
For half an
fully
hour.
break away from the turn-based thing. Is there a way of, and if not, that's going to be fine. Is there a way for us to kind of shift positions faster? That if Chad wanted to run all the way around and get to that northernmost door in the sort of the northeast
Oh, you
of the
mean
platform,
like not taking turns for a bit?
yeah, would that obviously that's a very long way.
I'll
just to
say
kind
that.
of
I'll
get the
say that.
positioning sorted.
Yeah, I'll say that we can kind of skip over some things. As long as Christina, you're happy to maintain this deception, I won't make you roll for it. But I'll say that everyone else, we can jump a couple of turns at a time. So if you want to reposition yourself to places you have been already, then I'll allow that.
Okay.
I want to make sure
Um,
this guy gets out of the station.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
That's fine. If you're jumping ahead of time, it kind of fits into what I was going to say, was just that we are obviously at 5 o'clock, which is our usual stop time. However, if you're alright with it, I'd like to push on just a little bit more because we're obviously coming up to what feels like a fairly good ending, a cliffhanger point. So I'd like to kind of see this done. So yeah, Rumyard leaves. He's gone.
Also, Pebble wants to go to the platform. Maybe Tali, maybe.
Well, we should probably agree on groupings, right? If we're splitting up, and also, is Christina gonna? We're gonna deal with the guy that she's dealing with.
Do you want? It's good to start with that. Do you want Christina to continue just distracting this guy forever, or do you want to try and take him down?
I mean, Christina can go where Christina promised to go, right? Which is to the west. And there's like a graceful enough exit
But
for
that leaves
Christina.
the guy, potentially leave the guy behind. Like, do you want to get rid of this guy, is what I'm asking.
We
Yeah.
need to knock him out.
Well, we could, judging by how effective the Chad and Brask combo has been,
Task.
if like Tali, Brask, and Chad, maybe if Christina wanted to like ready an action or something, if we all decided to like just shiv this guy in the back from a distance, we could probably do that in one sort of.
What I was
Yeah.
going to say is, you can remove this guy without trouble. That's not the issue. It's it's very close proximity to the office. So if you want to remove this guy, I will basically be asking for a stealth check.
Oh shit! I see.
Because there is a risk that you get noticed.
Yeah.
But if you want to take him out, I'm not going to make you roll for attacks and stuff. You can. You've proven that you've done
I
that
have-
very effectively. So basically, what we'll do is,
Would it be
who
like
is
a group
going?
stealth check?
It'll be a group stealth check based on who's taking an active element in this.
I
Ali
don't-
would be going to save him if he gets.
I don't know how the mechanics will work, because obviously this is just me thinking for other people to know. But like lure this guy into number 5 and then do whatever we need to do there.
If you want to lure him to number 5, you've got to coordinate that with Christina somehow, which will then it makes things more complicated. So, but yeah, you can attempt it. I'm about to say, if you want to take him out at number 4, it'll be a stealth check from everyone who's having an active part in that.
Oscar's
And I'll say you need at
hella
least
into that.
probably Chad and Brass to take down a guaranteed takedown.
Oscar's pretty stealthy too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talia might try and like
Decent
bonk him on the
odds.
head, so that yeah, just get knocked out.
Alright,
Yep.
basically what it sounds like, Pebble, are you taking an active role in this or not?
Pebble is tempted to go to number 5 and pretend that he's a cat again, like do a big meow.
We,
But-
what we can do, but how about this? Can do a little coordinated attack,
Yes.
and Brask hits him from far. I can do the bees thing again to just shift him out of line of sight of that window. Shift him up north. He'll be out of line of sight of the window, and then everybody wails on him.
That's true.
Just put
Okay,
bees,
that's
like
fine.
do the bee transportation.
Yeah,
To
that
the
takes us
north.
15 feet, so that'll take him up
Great.
past.
Let's.
Alright. We will say that's basically what you do. I still need a stealth check. So,
Yep.
I basically will have a stealth check from Brass, Chad, and Tali.
Would that be with my disadvantage?
Yes.
Cool. Right.
Oh dear.
I got,
Yeah, it's a natural
I got-
one.
Oh my god, same!
Tali, what'd you get?
A 13.
13, excellent.
Sure.
Okay.
Wait, Brass, do you have a +9 or +8 to yourself?
Yeah,
Yep,
but it
that's
doesn't matter
very-
right now.
Brass is very good at that, but not extremely
Not
good
today.
at that. Okay. So, just we'll set this up. So, can you place yourself where you were thinking you would be when this started?
Right.
Because again, I'm not saying this doesn't happen. You do take this guy out. You're just very, very noisy about it.
I mean, Talia would probably want to
Sort of
be like
yeah.
close to him to be able to
Yeah.
bonk him.
Yeah.
I'll be out of line of sight of the, or to either to bonk him unconscious or to heal,
Mhm.
to spare dying him.
Le petit bonk.
It's in that little alcove. Little
Yeah.
crossbow bolt.
Alcoves.
So basically, yeah, you throw the boomerang out, you hit the guy, he gets sucked back 15 feet, basically to the middle of the floor, is what we'll say. Chad, you take him down, but he does just let out this yelp of pain, just as he goes down, hits the floor. And there is this, he hits the floor, his lantern smashes against the floor, and there's that moment of you just like everyone pausing, like, oh,
Oh,
shit.
Oh,
And
no. And Christina says, "Guys."
Tina goes,
see-
my bad,
Yeah.
everyone.
You see movement in the office as the man turns around, clearly looks in your direction, and something happens.
Gonna kill Butchard. They have a hostage. They could just instantly kill him. What I was afraid about.
Brass, does a 19 hit you?
Or just kill us. That's also an option, you know.
Say no, will you believe me?
No.
Yes, it does.
No.
Cool. I just need to do this. You take 10 points of piercing damage
Oh boy.
as the figure just pulls what clearly looks like a gun from a pocket and just straight through the window, just
Well,
Nice.
a bullet flies across the whole room. The actual window just smashes outwards, revealing Edward Splint. You see him standing there, the slicked back hair. And a lot of you, especially Tali, you see him clearer than you have done before. Where he has the scar across his eye, you can see there is grey skin around his
Oh.
face
Okay.
there.
Okay.
And very notably, his eye under that scar, it is not a human eye.
Mhm.
It's one
Oh.
human eye, and this eye where the white is black, and he has this kind of yellow glowing iris,
Oh,
and then a
no.
black pupil
That's
under the
nice.
scarred eye, and he just fires at you. As this glass shatters, Brass, you take the shot. He then just reaches over and grabs someone and just yanks him effortlessly. This man doesn't look strong, but he just holds up by the scruff of the neck, Bachard. Now let's not do anything hasty. The one other thing you notice as this situation unfolds, standing next to him, you see the crow, taken by surprise by this moment of the glass smashing, and you see who is undeniably Jenny Adler.
Ugh. Ugh. What a bitch.
And that's where we'll end today's
What a
session.
bitch!
As
Hot
Edward
damn.
Splint,
Yeah.
Edward
Oh
Splint
my
is holding
God.
Burchard, a gun to his head, and you can see the crow,
Aw, man.
who he called Esper, but you know as Jennifer Adler, standing there, clearly like readying to do something.
Very beautiful. Fuck.
Wow.
For the
Well.
benefit of the chat, Jenny Adler is journalist.
They should know if they've watched it. They should know.
Yeah.
Reporter. It was like I'm reporting. We fucking told her where we lived.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And if they don't know who she is, then they should go back and watch our previous episodes on YouTube.
This is true.
No, she's a friend of the party, or at least
Well, she
supposedly.
was.
Was a
Not
friend.
anymore.
Off the friend list.
Yeah.
No more friends for anybody in the party. Apart from
You're not going to be on the top 10 on MySpace anymore.
No, you're only gonna be
You
at
are blocked,
11.
my friend, or not friend.
She will no longer see my close friend's Instagram stories.
Excellent. Well, well
Uh,
done, guys.
Yeah.
You have successfully cleared out basically 90% of this place now. So, there obviously still is a few agents left on the train
Yeah,
platform.
and we're about to
and-
get killed.
You have these two here. You've also picked up bits and pieces now about what seems to be the interests of messes. There is obviously sending people to Fort Arlington. They're interrogating Rumyard about something called Foreigner. And yeah,
Oh yeah, we didn't.
anyway.
We didn't even talk to Rumyard about Thorin or anything.
you didn't, but you've sent him back to a pub. That's an opportunity.
Later. It's fine.
That's fine.
Cool.
He also said he guards
Is he-
his secrets very well, so he might not tell you.
Was
Was
Rumyard?
he-
Rumyard was a gnome, wasn't he?
Dwarf.
Dwarf.
He was a dwarf.
Sorry, Chad actually wasn't in the room. I
You
don't
were
think
not.
Chad saw Rumyard at all, did he?
You probably
Maybe
made
he sort of went past him in the corridor.
passing. Yeah, me
Yeah.
passing. He's like, oh, hi. Just walked past. But yes. Cool. That is where we'll
Lovely.
leave today's session then, everyone. So thank you very
Oh
much.
my god.
Um,
Oh lord.
I'll tell you what, that's a fun little fact for you. Foreigner has been mentioned before in our stream.
What?
Now we're gonna have to rewatch the streams.
Yeah.
Hang it.
What the hell?
Interesting.
It does vaguely ring a bell.
No, I will tell you because it is a bit of a funny one. I mentioned it in the introduction of episode 1.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay.
In the scene setting of episode 1, before you even did anything.
Jesus. Okay.
That'll prompt people to go, well, you watched that video, won't it?
Yeah.
And then they'll get the cliffhanger. Then they'll have to watch episode 2.
Yeah, and then just
Hey,
I see what you did there.
Oh, but cool. Alrighty. So, Verity, you obviously had the inspiration token this week, but who would you like to give it to next time?
Oh, I think give it to Ryan. I think he has some good moves today,
Yeah.
especially with the use of the bees.
Yeah.
There was a guy who like trying to shoot in the throat, and then it was like, oh, I'll just use my bees, and it's all good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Hey.
so
I'll use that to keep me alive briefly.
Some
Good.
intelligent plays
Yeah.
with the bees. I
That was
liked
very
it.
cool.
Yeah. It's very nice.
Cool.
It meant
No,
that that guy didn't like shout and think
Yeah.
he was going to full combat.
No, you did a good job of putting it off for as long as you did. You literally just tripped at the last hurdle. But you know what? That's dramatic storytelling, isn't it? So we're alright with that.
Yeah.
Couldn't have been a more substantial trip as well. Two
Yeah, absolutely.
natural ones.
Both the natural
It's
ones, amazing.
Fine.
Excellent. We have a new follower, so thank you, Anim5,
Hey.
for following us.
Hey!
Hope you enjoyed our stream,
Hey.
and as we've mentioned, if you want to watch our past episodes, they're all on YouTube. So
They
I
are
hope
long.
you stick around, and hopefully we see you again soon. But thank you very much, and to everyone else, thank you for watching. So we hope you all enjoyed our game. If you did, you can obviously catch us here in 2 weeks' time. We're back to our regular schedule, hopefully, and we'll conclude this. Who is trying to stream on Discord?
What?
Where's that come
I
from?
just wanted to close out with my cat.
Right. Okay.
Oh,
Good. Excellent.
It's a good cat.
Yes, back to my thing. On Twitch, you can obviously follow us on here, and you know as we go live, get notifications, that sort of thing. If you want to rewatch our last session, that is now on YouTube, and this session will be on YouTube next weekend, and also our past episodes there, as we have said quite a lot in this last 5 minutes.
Mhm.
And lastly, you can find us on Twitter at Smitey Games if you want to hear about things we're tweeting and when we go live.
Yeah.
And that's been it. So we've been Small and Mighty, and we'll see you all next time. Thank
Okay,
you very
thanks,
much.
bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.